my buddy who's producing for me that night, he looks over to me and he gets my attention, and I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? And he goes, hey, did you press record before we started? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, yeah, man, the audio's not rolling. And I was like, oh no. So we did like about 2:15-ish of a really good episode. Like we did fucking this was a buddy of mine who's like super into fucking like super nerd about like comic books and shit. He originally came in to talk about a heavy metal band he had at the time, but then we just went down a rabbit hole and went for like 2 hours 15 minutes, and then and he's like 5 beers deep, so he's kind of, and so yes, he's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Just gone, just fucking wasted.
Oh, it was so bad. But we'll just start it from here, man. I appreciate you coming in and bearing with the reschedules. I very much appreciate it.
No, I totally get it, dude. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this. I've been looking forward to this, man, because like so many people know you, and I think I just think it's hilarious because as I've been doing this, there's like so much like interconnected relationships and working relationships and friendships, and like everybody knows everyone, and this person worked with that person and did their music and set up their concert, and like I went to Sister 3 weeks ago, I think, to go watch Side Montero play.
Yeah.
And I use the restroom. I'm walking down the main part of the bar, and I see Deacon. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? And he goes, yeah, I'm doing their lights. I was like, okay, of course you are. Why wouldn't you be, right?
He's got the fucking light bar set up.
So where did all this get started for you? Like, so for people who don't know who you are, what kind of music do you do? Where did it get started?
So I originally started making like dubstep when I was, 12. I heard Skrillex and I was like, I want to do that. And so, I started making that. It fucking sucked. That shit's wiped off the internet. You can't find that. That's how I started. And then I kind of, eventually found a new sound, kind of like more chill, like lo-fi, hip hop, that kind of stuff. I found out about that and I was like, oh, I want to do that. And I gained, a little bit of, I got some plays with music like that. And now I'm kind of more on my like house music.
Okay.
Fucking like, I don't know, chill, future bass. I don't know what to call it, but like just, it's a lot more mellow now.
Okay. And there's a lot of that type of music that's getting super popular. And even now, like whenever, when I go to bed at night, I find like a radio station on YouTube with that kind of music and I throw it on, just clock it out.
That's what it's perfect for. I don't really make it as much anymore, but it's like once in a while I'll just be like, I need to fucking mellow out and just make like a little fucking sad boy Simpsons edit fucking. It's so sad.
That's
dude.
funny because I fell asleep to a Simpsons radio last night. That's why that's so funny.
It's like Bart Simpson just like writing all sad.
It's that one, or it's Homer smoking a cigarette driving down the street. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. And so when did you make the transition into more like relaxed like house music style, and then when did you start? Because I haven't seen you play live. So like, is that what you do live?
So, yeah, like for the most part, all the shows that I've ever done have just been like DJ sets, and and it really depends on the crowd and like where I'm at. Like, if it's a bunch of rowdy kids, I'll do a fucking dubstep set. I still love playing that kind of music. I'll play like some party music, some fucking Kanye West, whatever.
Today you'll play Kanye West. He's got balls.
Oh shit, I forgot. Never mind. Oops.
No, fuck that. I love Kanye, bro.
Dude, he makes me sad, dude.
Yeah, no,
it makes me sad.
I'll finish my thought on that in a little bit, but continue. So,
like really live. Just depending on the crowd. If it's like a show where like, if it's my set, like if I'm headlining or whatever, I'll do like whatever the fuck I want. And like lately I've been doing a lot of house, very deep, very funky stuff. But like for Fiestas, the other day I did like my first kind of like half live, half DJ'd set.
And that was the UNM stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
Okay, right.
Fucking sick. But so I'm trying to get more into like performing live and kind of stepping away from DJing, and so like that's gonna be like, you know, guitar and bass and like looping all that shit live. I was gonna bring guitar to Fiestas, and I like broke my fucking E, like my high E string the night before. I was like restringing it, and it was like, and I couldn't find another pack. I was like, I'm fucked. But yeah, so that's what I'm starting to transition into doing more now. Is like I have like my drum pad, my launch pad, keyboard, and then on the side I have all my DJ stuff, kind of like as like a backup in case something fucks up. I'm like, okay, and like, you know, gives me some time to kind of fix my shit on the other side.
So what is playing live for you? Like, how does that setup work? 'Cause I think there's a lot of misconceptions with DJs, right? And I used to be one of them, where I just kind of figure you hooked up your iPod, you press play, and you look like you're doing funny shit behind there.
I mean, it's not that far from the truth. Like, you know, there is like a technical aspect to it, you know, like.
Well, you mentioned like playing guitar and then like looping it and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, yeah. So for that kind of stuff, like, you know, I'm still like learning how to set up like the live looping shit. Like I have like a pedal, and it runs into my software. Like I'm still figuring all that stuff out. But like as far as just DJing goes, you know, you're pretty much just playing music. You know, I like to mix like, you know, in key and you know, all like make it sound real pretty. You're curating like an ambience for people, but like doing it live, it's like. It's a lot of like clip launching on my end, like so I have like my launch pad, and it's really similar to DJing. You know, you have like.
Please continue. I'm just gonna check the cameras.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, please continue.
You know, you have like your fucking kick drum, your snare, all that shit, and you're launching all that, you know, separately. Hey, what's up, dude? Hey. Yeah, so that's one aspect of performing live. And then, you know, like you're able to, like, you know, like I said about like live looping, you're able to record these little segments, tweak them on the spot, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. Like I said, Fiestas was like my first and only time doing it live so far. But I'm still like, you know, still teaching myself how to do all that stuff.
That's sick, dude. Like, so when was your first show? Like,
my first show, dude, I was 16, and it was at the, it was called, you know, the Jam Spot?
Yeah.
It was called the Co-op back then.
Oh,
and
okay.
That's where I had my first show. It was me, fucking Kid Official, and he went by Crixus at the time. He lives in LA now, but he goes by Silo. And he was like, yeah, come play the show, man. I was like, it's like my fucking dream. He made like this sick ass flyer. And yeah, dude, like 5 people showed up to my set. I was like the first one to do 5 people. That was actually the night that I had my first fucking actual makeout sesh with some like, it's like this girl I went to high school with. She's like, come on, meet me in the bathroom. I wonder what's about to happen. Dude, I walked out. I was like, holy shit.
Your first nut hair sprouted that day. Like, oh, fuck. That's what that feels like, boys. I'm part of the cool kids club now. Holy shit. I'm about to go get a Manscaper 4.0, bro. Holy
brother,
fuck.
Gotta go down to the Lorenco salon, brother. Get the Brazilian wax. Fuck yeah.
I fucking hate that guy on TikTok because I saw him coming across my my algorithm, and I was like, oh, okay, it's cute. Like, I get it. And it's like, I see that TikTok account like I do a burning car crash. Like, you can't, like, it's so bad, but you don't want to look away.
Dude, I think
there's
so
something up, because I look at that and I'm like, yeah, I have cousins like that, dude. Like, fuck.
No, dude, it's so real. Like this, like how he says this shit, and then he does like the fucking like statewide accent thing, because like everybody sounds different. Like you go up to Chama and they sound all fucking different.
Yeah.
Dude, I fuck that shit's fucking.
So, are you born and raised here in Albuquerque?
So I was born in Barcelona, España.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So like my mom's whole side of the family's from out there. My dad met her out there, and like he like met her, and then he came back here, and then he went back. And then she came, I don't know, it was like a whole fucking, I forget the order of things. But yeah, I was born out there and we stayed out there for a few years. And then I was pretty much raised in New Mexico for the most part. Like,
no shit.
Between Albuquerque and Santa Rosa.
No shit. So how old were you when you finally moved back to the States?
I was like 3 or 4.
I guess moved to the States, I guess.
Yeah, I think 3 or 4 years old. I don't have the accent unless I like speak Spanish. But like Spanish is like my first language.
No shit. You couldn't tell. Right. You couldn't tell, dude. That's crazy.
I sound like a gringo. I know. Gonna go have some casserole after this.
Well, I say that because I spent 6 years going to a military school down in Roswell, and they have
Nimi?
Yeah, ton of international kids. Like and the majority of like the international population is from Mexico. And so, and they're like, and I, I always hated it and I couldn't stick up for them because I didn't speak fucking Spanish. But like, it's fucked up because these kids, for them, like, there were some straight dumbasses, but like, I'd say like 75% of them were like the smartest kids on the fucking planet, right? And certainly in the school. Because they came from these like super formal, mostly very rich Mexican or Spanish families. And, for all these kids, it was like beaten into their heads that like, all right, we're spending tens of thousands of dollars to send you to the school in America. You're going to fucking go. You're going to fucking learn. You're going to study. You're going to do all these things. And they end up getting really good grades. But then they catch shit from the white kids left and right because their first language isn't English. So these fucking, I watched it happen in real time where this fucking, I forget the kid's name, but he was catching shit and he trying to figure out the words to say properly in English. And he's like, you see like a flip switch in his head. He just went, fuck it. And he just went off in Spanish and just destroyed this white kid in Spanish. And I was like, yes.
Chinga tu madre, mal parido, hijo de puta, que te cagas, joder, macho.
Exactly.
Que te follo un pez.
Jesus, Juan, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, I think it's cool when when I meet someone like you, your first language isn't English, but you couldn't fucking tell. You could not tell. So now that you go into so I may or may not receive a phone call. Hopefully I do by like 1:30 because my car's AC went out.
Oh fuck.
Fun. So it's at the dealership.
Oh dude, right before the fucking summer too. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, love
That's
it.
no bueno.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Eso no es bueno, mijito. You have to get your air conditioner fixed.
No, I fucking that's when the Mexican in me comes out. I roll down the window, bro. I fucking roll down the window and then like
Shirt off.
Yeah, and then what I got to do is you roll it down all the way and you kind of cup your hand and let the air come in, and that's the air conditioning right there. Fuck, bro. So post COVID, how did going out and doing shows, making music, did any of that change for you post COVID?
Dude, well, like, yeah, I don't know. It was weird to get back into it. I remember like the first show, actually, fucking Danny, shout out, Decon, love you. He got me like my first post COVID show, and it was like a little too post COVID, like like right there. But we played. It was one of the art walks behind the El Rey.
Oh, so this was the illegal one, right? Yeah, I heard about this from like 5 different people. Yeah, I love it.
I didn't know it was illegal at the time, but I found out after, and I was like,
fuck it, who cares?
It was fun. But yeah, so like, I don't know, I felt fine. Getting back into it after that. Some shit happened, like, I guess that would have been like a year after, or like, no, because that was like, what, 2021? I think.
Yeah, well, because I was, it probably was 2021, because I was hearing about a little bit of stuff happening, like, towards the back end of 2020.
Yeah.
But we stayed locked down for so long.
Dude,
and then
it's like a blur to me, dude.
Yeah.
I don't remember shit.
Yeah, so Art Walk probably would have put that at about April of 2021.
So that, like, April, fucking, that year was, like, some shit happened, fucking, fucked my shit up. I don't know. Am I allowed to get like deep on? Okay.
Whatever you want to say, dude.
Right,
we got all the time in the world.
So my birthday is April 28th. My grandma, she passed away like 2 hours before on April 27th that year.
Shit.
And so that shit that ruined me for like the rest of that year essentially. And so I really didn't play shows after that for a long time. But now that I'm like, it's been a minute. Yeah, I guess, dude, because like really after that, for the majority of 2021, I really didn't play any shows, and then I like moved into this like way more expensive house after that, and like I was just like working as much as I could to like cover that. So yeah, like really that whole year I didn't do a whole lot. But after that, like 2022, it felt good. I was getting back into it, and then like some more shit happened. Like. Girl problems, dude.
Welcome to the party, dude.
I was like living with my ex for like, we like broke up, and then I was living with her for like 6 more months after that.
Oh shit!
And I was just like, did not do well on the old, hippocampus or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like again, didn't do that many shows, but then dude, like this year, and then like towards the end of last year, I've just been like doing so many more, and it feels really fucking good, dude. Like I love just being on stage and fucking
That's sick.
hanging with the kids, dude.
If you don't mind, I want to ask you a little bit about your grandmother. It's interesting because you mentioned earlier that your family's from Spain.
Yeah.
You were born in Spain. And I didn't really know this about the culture of Spain. Like I knew it kind of down in like Italy, just like through like just like off reading like random things like rabbit hole type stuff. Mm-hmm. But COVID kind of exposed this because the culture of Spain is a lot like Italy in the way that the families live. Like you've got the house where it's like the mom, the dad, the uncles. Like you have a grandmother live there. Like the tight knit family unit.
Okay.
Right. Did your family kind of practice that at all? Because you mentioned I'd imagine you're very close to your grandmother if the death affected you that much.
Oh yeah. Well, so that was the grandmother on my dad's side. My dad's he's from here.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But out there in Spain, yeah, I'm gonna go see that grandma this year. Hopefully, if everything goes. If I could save up enough fucking dough, dude, I'm gonna go out to fucking Spain. But honestly, like out there, dude, like, I guess like when my mom was a kid, because she has like 6 siblings, I think, or 5. They were very, very much tight knit, you know.
Yeah.
One house. But like I think my family out there is like pretty scattered like throughout Spain. You know, you have like a lot in like near Barcelona, and then you have some that are like San Sebastian, you know, like on the other side for the, you know, essentially of Spain. So they're kind of spread out. I do have some family in Italy, but it's like my dad's side, and like they're fucking American.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, and I mean even over here, like, dude, my family was pretty small. Like all of my uncles and aunts and shit, like I don't really know them, dude. Like we're not really close with them. Like my grandpa, I didn't even like know him until I was like 8, I think. But yeah, dude, for the most part, dude, like my whole life, it was like my mom, my dad, my grandma, and then my great great uncle and my great great aunt. And that was like, and then my little brother when he came into the picture. Like that was the whole family for the most part.
That's cool. What part of the country is your father from?
He's from Santa Rosa, New Mexico.
Oh, so he's born and raised in New Mexico too.
Yeah, he's a true New Mexican.
That's crazy. Well, and that's what
he went to NIMI too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I know what you're talking about, dude.
It's an interesting place, man. It's a God, it's a weird fucking place, and that's why like it's funny because one of my buddies that'll produce here sometimes, and I'll have some other people. He went to NIMI with me. That's when we met. And then I'll have a couple other guests on that went to NIMI with me, and just learning about that fucking experience from like other people. I'm like, I've found now that I'm in like the minority, if not the only person that kind of actually looks back at that experience and goes, yeah, I kind of liked it. I enjoyed it. Like, yeah, it sucks sometimes. Yeah, I almost got kicked out because of my grades, but I had a good time. And then everyone's coming out of that shit like Vietnam, where it's like, oh, it was so bad. Oh, they treated me like shit. I was in the heat. It was so bad. I'm like,
flashbacks, like the bombs noises start playing. Yeah. Dude, no, my dad fucking hated that shit. Dude.
No
he did
shit.
not like it.
Do you know off the top of your head what years he went?
Let's see. He was born 1970. So, I don't know what that would have been like. Like his high school years, right? Like fucking maybe like 84 to 88.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I know he went with Owen Wilson. Like he was in the same.
Oh, that's some fucking shit right there.
Yeah, dude. I guess the nose has always been like.
Yeah, you get that off. Well, the legend, the story behind it is so NIMI used to have a polo team, and I guess Owen Wilson fell off a horse, and then when he got back up, the horse fucking punted him in the face.
No fucking way.
And they didn't get him to the hospital in time, so now his nose is permanently fucked.
That's what fucking happened.
Yeah,
oh
yeah. That's the legend. Like that's what they say.
I'm gonna have to ask him. Be like, hey, dude, did you know about this?
Yeah, I think the real key indicator is whether or not, since he was there, whether or not they had a polo team at that time, because they did. But yeah, there's so much stupid fucking trivia that gets thrown in your face when you're going, Did you know about Owen Wilson? I'm like, oh my god, like the B-list comedy actor went to NIMI. Fuck, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's great, awesome. But no, NIMI's got like, it's funny. Whenever I think about it, my brain just goes to like the darker parts of it. Like there's some like low key like racist traditions down there. Like one of them is there's this thing called guard duty, and what you do is you have to have a cadet. Now it's nothing. It's just like they're in this little office room they call the guard box, and you sign visitors in and out and shit like that. But way back in the day. Yeah, because the school was founded in like fucking 18 something, like 1890 something, I don't know. And so this is back when like New Mexico wasn't even a state yet. It's still getting settled. There's a lot of issues with the white man and the Indians, you know, all that kind of stuff, like John Wayne movies type shit, right? And so what ends up happening, again, the legend goes that there were some cadets at the school that were in, because they're all like the school's like broken up into companies, like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie company, like a cavalry unit, and I want to say they're like an India company or some shit. And I guess again, the story goes that one of the kids from India company went off and got it on with an Indian chick. The chief didn't like it. So then the chief sent out some raiders and they like scaled the walls and like scalped the cadets and like all this shit, right? Yeah. Yeah. And so now they have fucking guard duty. And back in the days of like,
wait, this is real?
Yeah. And then this is the story of it. Yeah. And then so back then with the Indian issues, and then you go into like Pancho Villa and stuff like that, they would have kids in the guard. Again, mind you, these kids are still like 14 to 17 years old back then, right? Possibly even 13. You know what I mean? They're still fucking, yeah. Yeah, you finally got your first ball hair at 16. Yeah, these kids are finding out what their fucking dick is, right? So they'd be sitting there in the guard box with rifles looking out for Indians. And then eventually, Nimi actually put together this like machine gun brigade. And they all rode motorcycles, and they chased Pancho Villa helped chase Pancho Villa out of New Mexico into Mexico. Yeah.
That's some fucking badass shit, dude. That's some Mad Max ass shit, dude.
Yeah. And so now, so now they've got kids. They'd have kids in the guard box looking out for Indians, and then so now it's like, all right, you're a visitor. Time to sign you in.
They went from like these like bad motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Some dude is like wearing fucking like the fucking like super thick frame, like his eyes become like 10 times bigger.
Yeah.
Last name first.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's a weird fucking place, man. And I remember going to these orientations as a kid, and one of the dinners they had, looking back on it, it was like indoctrination dinners, dude. They bought out this nice ass restaurant downtown. You had like steak and all this shit, and they told you and your parents about how great it is, right? And one of the things one of the old people would tell you is that like the alumni come in and talk about how great their experience was and what it did for them and like going around New Mexico or around Albuquerque. You ever seen the billboards for Steve Lynch, the money management guy? Yeah, I'm friends with his daughter because she went to NIMI and he went to NIMI. That whole family's a NIMI like legacy. They're all rich as fuck and
NIMI.
Yeah, they're all rich as shit. Like, yeah, you'll if you go to this school, you'll be friends for blah 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 blah, and you'll meet all these alumni that are everywhere, and you'll never escape it. And then you know, and it's like, all right, thanks, man, sounds good. But yeah, that's fucking crazy. So, but back to you and your music. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, but like I see you kind of attached to a bunch of like last night you did a show with Willow J, right?
Yeah, that was our it was like our joint birthday party thing. Yeah, dude, that was fun, dude.
So how do you do you choose who you work with? Do you because I see you, I just see your name everywhere. I see Pocket Elephant everywhere. And so I'm like, is it like a selective thing? Is it like I'm willing to try new things? Is it like...
It's a bit of both, you know? So like last night, that whole lineup I kind of put together. Well, except like it was me and Willa's idea. We're like, we have to have a birthday show together. And she's like, all right, sick. Like, I'll talk to Peach. We'll get Peach. We'll get the El Rey, Mez. And I was like, sick, dude. I love playing up there. And then she was like, yeah, like, who do we want? Because, I thought of the idea, like, why don't we have, because Willa's a band, we'll have Willa, me, and then we need another band, another DJ. So I was like, I want Burn the Disco, because everybody fucking loves that dude. And then I want Malparaíso, because, like, dude, fucking, I don't know, have you seen them play? Dude,
no.
They fucking shred, dude. So it's my homie fucking Brandon. I used to work with him at Flying Star before he was even in, like, a band. He's, like, the lead guitarist, vocalist. And, dude, he fucking, he shreds so hard.
Yeah.
And then Luke from, well, I guess that's, like, his main band, but he's, like, I forget his last name. But he drums for, like, everybody, dude. He's a badass. Looking to gig, that guy. And then I don't know the other two members. It's like Kyle and Ted, but dude, I was like, I want them on it. So like in that case, yeah, I chose who I worked with. I was like, I want them to play at this time, this guy, and then me. But then like other times, dude, I kind of just say yes to stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'll try this on, whatever. I try to stay away from doing shows with like rappers because I had like a horror, dude. Can I tell you like a fucking horror story?
Please.
Dude, all right. Before I start this, I want to say shout out Shy Will. I fucking love you, dude. I hated this show. Fucking dude. So there was a show that. Are you familiar with Afton? It's like this. It's a scam. It's this thing where they're like, dude, we'll get you booked in your city. You just have to like sell tickets to your shows. And so it's like this.
That sounds familiar. I think I've heard stories about that,
dude. I was like 19 when I did this, so I was still kind of didn't really know shit really. I still don't, but like I really didn't know shit. And so like I saw this thing promoted, and I was like, I'll sign up. I'll make an account. And they're like, yeah, we got you a booking at the Jam Spot, and I was like, I could have done that. Like,
right?
You're not doing me any fucking like fuck it, whatever. And so like they make all these like shitty fucking flyers for you, and they're like, all right, yeah, this is all the free promo for you, and you have to sell like 20 tickets, which isn't like that bad. They're like $5 tickets. And that's how you like make your money back or whatever. Like they get a cut of it though, so it really doesn't matter. Anyway, so it was me, and then they put me up with like all these other like SoundCloud rappers that I like, they were like they were literally kids. One of them is Shy Will. He's fucking dope, dude. I'm so proud of how far that guy's come. But yeah, dude. So like it's me and like 6 other rappers, and I didn't even know until the day of, but they all needed a DJ. So I ended up DJing for like 4 of them, and I was like, whatever.
So you performed the whole night.
Pretty much, dude. Well, there was a certain point where I was like, I'm fucking done. Fuck this. And what happened? So like, we had like 3 rappers come and do their thing, and I like played their shit, whatever. They were fine. And then I did my set, and dude, it was so awkward, dude. It was like, because they were kids, dude. They were like 16, 17, 18. And it was like their family members. So there was literally grandmas like sitting on the chairs on the side of fucking Jam Spot, just like, I'm like fucking crocheting and shit. No, not really. But there was like literally grandmas and shit like sitting there. I was like, this. And I started doing like a dubstep set. That's what I had prepped. I was like, that's kind of like why I don't do dubstep anymore. It's like just that fucking show. I'm like, dude, everybody's just like looking at me like, what the fuck is this kid playing? Like,
Oh my god,
it was the worst, dude. It fucking sucked.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
So bad. And then my homie Shy Will comes out. I think he was the last set. I think I DJ'd his set. Anyway, so like after my set, it was like a 20-minute set, 30 minutes. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm so done. This fucking kid comes up. I forget his name, but he like starts doing his shit. I'm like DJing for him, whatever. This kid tries sparking up a fucking joint on stage.
Oh no.
Dude. The fucking owner of the venue comes up. He's like, come here. Fucking grabs the joint out of his hand. He's like, don't ever fucking smoke on my stage again. In front of everybody, dude. Like, in front of this kid's mom. I was like, dude, I didn't know what to do. I was like.
And where was this?
This was at the Jam Spot.
Oy.
This was like, 2019, I think. And dude, I was just like, do you know Miko from fucking Producer's Pit?
Okay, so I know who Producer's Pit is, but I don't know them personally.
Dude, he was there. He was losing his fucking mind. He was like, that dude's fucking hilarious, by the way. Shout out Miko. Dude, I was, like the secondhand embarrassment, because I was right there, dude. I was like, do I stop playing? Like, I kind of cut the music for a second. I was like, and then he's like, keep going, keep it going. And I was like, yeah, dude, for sure. And like I finished that set, and I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I got my shit. And I was like, you guys can use a fucking phone to DJ. I'm fucking done. I left. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Like, if you're gonna reprimand somebody, that's not the place to do it.
Dude, it was so
like in the middle of.
But like, don't fucking like. Who do you think? Do you think you're Lil Wayne, dude? There's 10 people here, and it's all your fucking family member. Like, dude, don't fucking light up on stage. You're a kid. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna fuck the fucking venue up. Like, it was.
And
so
that
bad.
and that was 2019. So that's before we became legal in New Mexico. So, oh my god,
dude,
how old was the kid?
I think he was like 16 or 17. I was like, dude, you're fucking dumb, dude. Like, you're not Lil Wayne.
Yeah, he wanted his moment. He wanted his viral moment. It's like, bro, motherfuckers get shot every day in the city and they don't go viral, all right? Like, no one gives a fuck. Shout out to my... Yeah,
this is some real gas I got. I guess that's over.
Jesus
Christ. Dude, it was like, dude, it was intense, too. Like, I thought he was going to, like, smack this kid. He was like, don't ever fucking smoke on my stage. I was like,
what is the owner of this place? What was his bill? I'd like to imagine some like Kingpin looking guy, some bigger dude, but a part of me believes he's like a 5'5" Jewish guy with glasses. So
just like Larry David pulled up. You hear the curb music start playing. No. It's Little Dicky, dude. Little Dicky pulls up.
I'd be okay with that. At least he's nice about it.
Yeah.
He'd be cool about it.
He was honestly like a pretty, like from what I remember, because there's like a few different owners or like people that run shit. He's a pretty big fucking dude, like big, scary, like Latino dude. He like pulled. I was like,
we're gonna take a little break, folks. This might be in my car. I'm gonna find out how much I'm gonna get fucked out of money. Hello. Yeah. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Order it. I just don't know how soon it would be here. We have the option to get a part with aftermarket, but it's going to run around $2,200.
Okay. So I'm not gonna be able to do that right now. I can come in a couple hours and pick up the car from you guys, and I'll just pay the initial fee for the like getting it looked at. Okay.
Diagnosis. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You got it, sir. I'm going to remove the diagnosis fee from today from that $2,200 total. Okay.
Okay. So wait. Okay. So am I paying for the diagnostic or no? Okay, sounds good. Okay, sounds good. I just replaced the battery last year. Okay, sounds good. All right, sounds good. All right, bye.
bro, what?
All right, so on today's episode of Get Fucked by an Auto Mechanic, they just tried to bend me over and slip it in real hard.
I heard that, dude.
With no fucking lube, boys. I'm keeping that in the pod for sure. Okay, so in the off chance someone who watches this is a fucking mechanic. So when I've talked to my mechanic friends, and they were like, there's one thing they might have to change out. That's basically the whole AC system. And that's going to fuck you. That's going to run you a couple grand.
Yeah.
But if it's just like a valve or a compressor or something like that, it's going to run you a couple $100, maybe $5, but you're fine. I was like, okay, sounds good. $2,500 after tax. It's going to be $2,500, boys, to change out a fucking compressor.
Just for the one part, not even the whole AC.
Just the compressor.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not paying that.
Fuck that shit, dude.
That's not happening.
Where was this?
At the fucking Honda dealership. Not happening.
Oh, dude, fuck the dealership, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck dealerships.
I got my Theo about 2 blocks away, man. We could do it.
He's gonna fix it right up, man. He's got all the parts in his garage, man.
Oh my god.
He's got his welding kit y todo, man. We're gonna pull up. It's gonna be fine, man. He's gonna make it a lowrider. He's gonna make it the hydraulic. The hydraulic.
You do that so much better than I do. Oh god, but I'm not paying $2,200 for anything, I don't think.
Fuck that, dude. I heard that they're like,
Yeah.
because you were gonna I'm gonna pay the diagnostic fee.
Yeah.
And they're like, so we're gonna take that out of the $2,200.
Right.
I heard that. That shit was fucking sneaky as fuck, dude.
Yeah, like, bold of you to believe I'm paying $2,200 at all. So basically, I'm gonna go back down there. I'll pay the diagnostic fee. It's still fucking a lot, but whatever. But now that I know that what the problem is, I'm just gonna look it up. So
Do you need a ride to the fucking dealership, dude?
Huh?
Do you need a ride to the dealership?
I would appreciate that.
I got you, dog.
Civic. Oh my god, Honda Civic. I can't spell. Civic 2015. Let's see, compressor part AC. Let's see how much a compressor part is. All right, so a brand new AC compressor, brand spanking new, is $200. Explain to me where their work is worth $2,000.
It's the labor fees.
Yeah, please explain that to me. What the fuck? Oh, that's not happening, bro. That's not happening. Sorry, kids. That's not how this works. Holy shit, you got me high as a kite. Oh my god, bro.
Dude, that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah,
that's not fucking cool.
Yeah, but it's like, I got to game this out, right? We're about to hit summer. Can I last summer without going into heat stroke?
You need to go get like one of those fucking like those little kid fans that have like the candy inside of them. But like get like 20 of them and just like hook them around your steering wheel.
Oh, so if I just get in a car accident, I die on impact. I have to pay $2,200 anyway. It's a bunch of fucking plastic blades just cut me the fuck up. It's like those pictures of those fucking crystal bitches who put their who get their fucking rocks of magic and they'll glue them to the steering wheel. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, dude. I've seen it where they'll like glue their fucking crystal rocks or whatever to their steering wheel. And of course, like right in the middle of it, it's like, oh, great, you've created a grenade.
Why would you do that, dude? You're fucked. You're so much more. Oh, dude. Wait. They put the rocks where the fucking airbag comes out? Oh, my.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like around the steering wheel, too, but oh, yeah. I seen that shit, bro. I got some dumbasses on my Facebook.
Wait. Like people that you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck, man.
Oh, yeah. No, this is like years ago. This was like a few years, like back when I was in college. But it's like still, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, well, whatever happened to him? Well, I don't know, man.
I mean, that'd be kind of like a cool death. You know, like have a fucking like rose quartz just embedded in your fucking
Fuck
skull.
that. Fuck that. You want to die a dupe? Like, like you're dead and everyone looks at you like, man, she really just got swindled out of everything in life, didn't she? She thought rocks were going to save her?
She paid like she paid $2,200 for those rocks.
A good buddy of mine, he lives out in Tennessee, and he's got the fucking life. Like he fucking went through it in the army, but now he's got 100% disability. So he literally became the libertarian that goes out in the woods, makes a cabin, and just isolates himself from society. Oh yeah,
that's the fucking dream.
Yeah, and so all he does in his spare time is work on guns, buy guns, work on his truck, and now what he's been doing is he gets hired out by local farmers to go out and kill any kind of wildlife that's fucking with their property, fucking with their crops, fucking with their livestock, anything like that.
Where is that?
Out in Tennessee.
Okay.
And what he started doing is they're starting to run into feral cats, right? So he'll kill feral cats, and then he'll take out what skull was it? He found, oh yeah, it was this fucking big, like fucking huge fucking raccoon, like a small, just like a small dog, pretty much, of a fucking raccoon, right? Ends up killing it, skins it for its hide, or its fucking coon skin, or what do you want to call it. And then what he did, though, is he fucking preserved the skull, got some fucking crystals off Etsy for like $15, bedazzled it up, resold it for like a couple $100 to some chick who believes in crystals.
Dude, that's the fucking hustle. Are you kidding me? That's fucking, dude. Dude, I feel like I have a fucking like rattlesnake skull somewhere. I should fucking deck it. I have my own fucking crystals, dude. I'll deck that shit out.
There you go.
That's a fucking hustle.
Yeah.
Shit, dude, it probably looked fucking cool, honestly, dude.
No, it looked sick.
Are you kidding? Like a skull, like Indiana Jones, dude.
Yeah.
I just fucking.
Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, so that's I don't know what you made me think about that, but yeah.
And then she put it in the middle of her fucking steering wheel.
Oh, right. Well, I just think about I think about how much that would fucking it's right as you survived. I think about how much that would fucking hurt because my major car accident I got into, I was 20 years old, I think. Yeah, 20 years old. I went about 78 into the back of a cop van. Yeah. Yeah, we were on the highway.
Did you say cop van?
Yeah, a cop, yeah. We were going down, I was going down the highway towards eastbound, towards the mountains. And what had happened was, I found this out afterwards, of course. So I guess 300 meters in front of us, maybe more. There was a 3 or 4 car pile up. Something happened, and the two cars hit each other, spun out, hit another one, and they started tumbling and all that type of shit, right? So it was me, police van, semi-truck. Semi-truck pulls like all their fucking e-brakes that they've got to fucking go from pretty much like 85 to nothing in seconds, right? So yeah. So he just... So then the police van, he had to have been following like by a decent distance because he was able to come to a stop. But then I wasn't following enough or whatever happened. I guess my fucking brake didn't fuck... Because I never think to activate my e-brake. I just never think about it.
Oh, dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I just slam on my brakes. I fucking skip, boom, right into the fucking... Yeah. And then it was like a movie, dude.
We're going 78?
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. That's why I stick with Hondas, dude. Because that Accord fucking saved my life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so it was funny, though, because I impact, get my shit together. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I look behind me. And this is on the fucking freeway. Every single car behind me in unison is stopped. It's like out of a fucking movie, dude.
Every exception.
Yeah, every single fucking car is stopped because they're like, oh, he's gonna get shot. Like he's gonna get shot. Like even if he's white, he's gonna get shot. Like he just hit a fucking cop in Albuquerque. They shoot you for knives out here, bro. Like you're done.
That's a UK law, dog. That was good.
So then I get my shit together. I managed to fucking all the way to the right side. Thank God it wasn't like an actual cop. It was like this retired guy who in his off, like now that he's retired from APD, he teaches like shooting classes for APD, but he just had like the APD van.
Okay.
So he was super chill, super nice about it. I was like, oh, thank God. So I would have fucking pulled over because I was so fucked up. Like,
Dude, I thought this was ending with you getting like fucking arrested or something.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Trust me. Because I pull my car over. It like overcorrects and slams into the barrier, and I'm like, damn it. Like, fuck.
Oh, this is after the initial crash.
Yeah, after the crash. So I'm like trying to get over, hits the barrier. I'm like, oh, fuck. I open the car door and I'm like stumbling out. I'm like, fuck, what is going on? And I bring this up just because the way I drive naturally is I drive like that, one-handed.
Oh, dude.
But so when the fucking when the airbags deployed, my forearm was right over the Honda symbol. So it explodes. I smack myself in the face. And I'm like, oh, fuck, right? But then, like, I ended up getting picked up. I go back. I was living with my mom at the time. I go back to my mom's place. Cleaned up they asked me if I wanted, like, an ambulance or some shit. And I was like, because my thought process was like, if I'm concussed, I'm concussed. Nothing they can do about it. Yeah. I'm still walking. I'm breathing. Nothing's broken. Fuck it. I'm not paying $5,000 for fucking, yeah. Yeah, I think Albuquerque ambulance, the ambulance rate's like $5,000. Oh, yeah.
Fuck that shit. Dude.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I get home and I'm like cleaning off my forearm and it's tattooed over now, but like right here, there was like half of a Honda symbol like imprinted onto my fucking, onto my forearm. And it ends up like scabbing and scarring over into like half of a Honda print. Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking hard as fuck. That's like a brand, bro.
Oh, dude, it sucked getting it tattooed over.
It was all fucking...
It was all scar tissue.
It was all scar tissue y todo, fool. My tío Santi's got a sick tattoo gun in his fucking garage, though.
Oh, speaking of fucking Santi, so there's this kid. I mean, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I just suck, dude. I'm sorry. But I'm terrible at scheduling. And there's this kid that's been asking to come on the podcast. And basically his whole shtick of what he does. I'm going to have him on probably like in July because I'm booked out till then. But his whole shtick is him, his buddy, and obviously like a camera operator. They do the whole like to catch a predator shit.
I think I've been seeing him.
Yeah, he's on Rumble. Like he fucking, you know what Rumble is? It's like the U2 alternative. Like Andrew Tate was on there, Alex Jones was on there.
Rumble. Yeah,
Rumble. It's the like alternative, like Steve from the Nelk Boys. He's on there. But hey man, I just got that dip, dude. I just got told I have to pay $2,200 to have fresh air. All right, I'm kind of pissed right now.
Oh, dude, no, I completely understand. Dude, get it.
But yeah, so his whole shtick is they go out I'm gonna have two questions for this fucking guy. The first one is, how the fuck do you find these people? Because what they do is they go on the internet, they find child predators, and they do the whole thing where you're like, yeah, oh, I'm a 13-year-old boy, I'm a 12-year-old girl, fucking come meet me at the Wada Wada, you know, we're gonna get whatever. And so they fucking, they get these child predators to go to like the Walmart or whatever it is to meet him, and then they do the whole like camera in your face. He came here to see a 14-year-old girl, man. And I'm all for exposing predators. I'm all for, you know, like I don't condone pedophilia in any sort of way. But my question is, how close have you ever gotten to getting shot, dude? That's how you get fucking shot in this city.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I know. Well, it's like, because I see that shit all over TikTok. You know, I see these people, like, you know, they're busting people, you know, like a lot of them, you kind of look at these predators and they're like, fucking pussies. But doing that shit here, yeah, fuck, dude. Like, I guess that's why they do it in public places, but still, dude, like, you're going to get fucked up.
How many people get shot in public places in Albuquerque, bro? Why do you, like, so for people who listen that aren't in Albuquerque, never been to Albuquerque, don't, first of all, stay where you're at oh my God. We'll mail you the chili, bro. You ain't gotta come down here.
Dude, just go to Colorado. I'm just kidding.
You get pissed people off real quick, huh? Well, no, like, there's like, our downtown basically doesn't exist, but for the 4 blocks of downtown that we have, APD, our police department, blocks off the entirety of downtown from like 8 o'clock at night to 3 in the morning, Thursday through Sunday night, just so the drunks can wander amongst themselves and not get hit by a car. And so that if someone does get shot, they already have the place quarantined off. Yep. So they just get to business immediately. This place is not a good place to be. So, and I'm like,
have you seen all the TikToks where it's like, people are like, come to Albuquerque. You'll meet great people. Downtown is really safe to walk at night alone. Like, yeah, all this shit, dude. It's so fucking.
That's like, I'm convinced that's all a low level psyop from the cartels and from the gangs here. You know, they hire a bunch of white women to go make those TikToks, and then they'll have their fucking meetings. Like, okay, so they're gonna tell them to go here, and then old boy with the baseball bat's gonna hop out and take the fucking money and run away. We got to cycle it through 1st and 7th Street, all right, every weekend. We hit the same weekend over and over, right? We got to cycle it. We'll hit the heights eventually.
We'll make our way up to Paseo eventually. We'll go up to Tanoan, bro. We'll hop the fence.
Yo, it's fucked up, though. So one of my roommates, David, he used to be, like, for 2 weeks. He's an electrician now, right? And he's actually the one, shout out to David, he did all the wire management and shit. Like, so,
shout out David.
Yeah, so if you were to look under the desk, under that desk, it's just a bunch of shit stapled to it and, tied off and all that stuff. I remember we were, I was in college at the time, so we were, maybe 19 or 20 years old. And he was telling me about how for 2 weeks he worked with, I think it was IPS, the security service, right? Yeah. For 2 weeks, something like that. And I was like, why'd you quit? He goes, well, we were on shift, and we all talked to each other through radios, and we were on the east. This is on the east side, mind you, right? So I guess what had happened is they were on shift at 3 o'clock in the morning. His buddy, he's off of, Spain and Montebo, and then my buddy David's off by, Academy. No, sorry. Tramway and Central.
Okay.
Ish. And so I guess at 3 o'clock in the morning, his homie that was off of Montebo in Spain is a good part of town.
Yeah.
He's chilling in his van, 3 o'clock in the morning, windows down. Dude rolls up with a pump action, blows his head off, and just drives away. Yeah. And then the next morning after shift, my buddy was like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah, fuck that. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude. That's why,
yeah.
Oh, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's how bad this fucking city gets, folks. It's rough out here. So, to bring this all back around, I'll eventually have that fucker on. Like, yo, how
he's probably all fucking stunted out. He's like a cop, bro. I'm gonna go kill a guy. He's like, dude, that was IPS, dude.
Yeah.
You're not cool.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And so I want to ask him, how close have you fucking gotten to get in some real trouble? And then, yeah, because most, 99% of those dudes just look like bitches anyway. What if you roll up on, the head pedophile? This dude's about that life. You know what I mean?
Creep in charge, dude.
Yeah. He's about that life. You know,
He's like one of those like big like just huge motherfuckers. He got like a fucking like AK like hidden under one of his rolls. He's just like, there's like a kid in there too. He's like, help me! Shut up!
Roll the fat back down.
Like absorbs him back into his.
It's been 3 weeks.
These nuggets are stale.
There's like fucking 6 McNuggets in there. What's his name? What's his fucker's name?
It's Santu.
No. What's the fucking the creature that we're imagining?
Oh, this
What's guy's
creature.
name?
Oh God. It's got to be something so unassuming. Like
Gilgamesh.
a lot. he's based off of biblical fucking stories. Biblical stories were made about this guy, right?
No, it's like Todd.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I always think about that. Like people who, because living in Albuquerque, being here, like the culture is very like, if you don't know somebody, you don't talk to people. Like you don't fucking talk to people. Like you don't go up to people. You don't speak to people unless it's in like a overly social setting.
Yeah.
Where that's accepted. Like you're going out to a bar at night, and even then, you know,
dude, no, there's certain people you like.
But like just in general, most people like the culture is very much like I'm not gonna go talk to anyone. People aren't gonna come up to me. We're gonna all stick in our pockets. Like because it's interesting because I've seen like I remember going out. My first time going out to a bar outside of Albuquerque was down in College Station, Texas, by Texas A&M, and it's so different. It was so weird. Everyone is just like talking to each other and mingling and like everyone like because like I think about
Howdy, neighbor.
well yeah no for real like I think about like something like Sister where like I look at that and it's like everyone is like in their little pockets of people and it's just these little groups that are just like and it makes almost like a pathway throughout throughout the bar, which is kind of nice, but like there's no intermingling. There's no real and the only real like kind of intermingling is at the show, like at the venue pad they have there, right? But if there's not live music going on, it's just little pockets of people.
It's like fucking like high school, dude. Like you have your fucking goths, your fucking football players, other minority. I don't know. It's like
Other minorities.
No, for real. That's how it was. At fucking like when I went to school, it was like, all right, fucking Arabic people over here. You know, like everybody's almost like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why?
Yeah,
That's
no,
how
for
it
real.
is, dude.
No, for real. But then like, I remember going out to College Station, and it's like there wasn't that. It was just everyone showed up to a bar and everyone talked to everyone. Everyone was like, it was so fucking strange to me. Like, and I was super like, I'm still kind of socially awkward now, but back then it was like dialed up to 1,000. So I'm just standing there with my beer, like, to touch me.
Mom, I need you to pick me up. Mom, I don't know what to do. Dude, no, I fucking. That's why, like, especially as Sister, you know, like, every time I go there, I see different groups of people that I know. So I'll go from group to group, but I don't like distillery, dude. I used to work at fucking distillery, and that's how it is, dude. I don't like every time I go up there, I just like I know everybody that works there, so I talk to them. I do not talk to anybody that goes to fucking distillery. They're so fucking like. They're scary over there, dude.
So I've been to distillery once. I was there for 20 minutes.
Good for you.
And I was browning out like a motherfucker. I was so hammered. Here's what happened. I went out to my buddy's show and to the Sons of Harvard. And so I watched them play. It was great. And then they're like, hey, we're all going to, it was at Launchpad. And we're having a couple drinks. And they're like, hey, we're going to go to distillery. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but all right, fine. So I'm like following the group, right? I meander up the stairs and like the room starts spinning and I'm like, oh no. So I sit back down, I get my shit together, stand back up, go to my group of friends, and we're talking, and I could tell like we're like waiting to get drinks, and I'm like in the back of the line, like I don't want to know. No, please. And
No more.
it was like maybe 12:30 in the morning. It's not late, but like right in the middle of the night, and this fucking I don't want to throw too much shade, but this fucking burly woman behind the bar, let's put it that way, very sturdy gal behind the bar, just yells and goes, if you're not buying shots, get the fuck out. And that sobered me up, dude. I thought someone got shot, like for real. I thought this was like the go time where I grabbed the nearest friend behind me, throw him over my shoulder, and run out of the bar. Like that's what I thought this was gonna be, right? And so I'm looking around. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And she yells, I'm like, whoa. And so everyone in like and it's like everyone got like activated, and they're like, okay, and everyone left. I was like, what the fuck?
She made that call at 12:30. Mm-hmm. That's fucking dumb, dude. I wonder who that was. Wait, when would this have been?
December
of
last year.
Okay.
This past December, maybe.
Fuck, I don't know who would have been fucking working.
Yeah, December of last year.
That's fucking dumb as shit.
Well,
dude.
it was weird to me because I've never been. Well, first of all, I've never been in a bar situation, and I'm thankful for this, where the bartender starts yelling. Because if your bartender's yelling, there's an issue, right? But I've never been in any kind of restaurant setting where you're at the height of business and someone of authority says, "Everyone get out." That makes no sense to me.
Like, did she think that was gonna work? Like, dude, it's no.
Yeah.
That's idiotic.
Yeah, no, it's insane to me. So
maybe if I treat them like shit, they'll want to spend more money.
that's how strip clubs work.
I used to work at a strip club too. That is
No
how it
shit.
works.
Where?
Yeah.
Which one?
Fuck it. So it's funny. So Knockouts, which is distillery, and Knockouts are owned by the same people. I used to work at both of them. But I was the DJ at Knockouts, and I was a bouncer there. And yeah, dude, I swear to God, like, fucking, there's this one time I let this guy in, and I don't think he was from here, but like he visited quite frequently. And he was a nice guy, you know. He like tipped me, and like customers don't usually tip the DJ. I was like, cool. And he like takes this girl to the booths, and I like go back there, you know, because I was doing security too. I was like checking on the girls, making sure nothing weird was happening. And we have like these like little, we had these little like coffee table stand things back there, very small things. But I saw like 4 of them like stacked up, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like a barrier. And I was like, no.
Wait. So you had coffee tables.
So
like
they were like
end tables.
No, they were like, yeah, like end table, like little round fucking things, just like the girls
And
would
they
put their
were
purses
stacked.
on. Yeah, and so there's one for each booth, right? So there's like 4 booths, and there's a little thing for each one. And all of the things it was dead in the club. And all the fucking things were stacked on top of each other. And I was like, no, what the fuck? Like to make a fucking wall. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I go back there and I look. And my homegirl is stepping on this dude with her heels. And I was like, are you okay? Like, are you cool with this? And she's like, yeah, no, he's paying me like $100 to do this. And I'm like, cool, yeah, tip me out good later then. Later. And I like look down at this dude and he sees me. He's just like the most, I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you like getting all right, whatever, no judgment, whatever. If that's what you're into. It was so fucking bizarre. She was like without heels, this woman was like 6 foot tall. And she was a big lady. Like,
So she's already kind of built.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude.
Jesus. So for those of you that might have maybe forgot, we're in New Mexico, and the Mexican gene pool is not known for height. So, let alone the female Mexican gene pool is not known for height. So there's a 6 foot. Was it a Mexican chick?
No, she was white as hell.
Oh, okay. So we've got a Icelandic woman.
Her name was Peaches.
Not to be confused with the peach we talked about earlier.
Different peach, because that peach is pretty tall too.
Yeah, she's kind of tall for a chick. Yeah, she's about my height, about 5'10", 5'11".
Oh, and then she like wears heels. I'm like, what's up, Peach?
So So, do you do anything about that? Do you let that ride?
Well, it's really up to the girl, you know. Like I asked her, I was like, "Are you cool with this? Are you comfortable?" She's like, "Yeah." He's giving me like way more, because like a dance in one of those booths is like $10. Oh shit, sorry. It's like $10 a dance. And she was like, yeah, he's giving me like $100 to do this for like 5 songs. I was like, get your money. Get your fucking money. Just tip me out good. And if you feel uncomfortable, let me know and I'll throw him out. Like that was, and he kept coming. He was a really nice guy too. I was like,
how long did you work there for?
I worked there for like 6 or 7 months. I didn't make any fucking money. That job sucked.
You have to throw anybody out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's this like,
I've always wanted to talk to somebody who's done security work at a strip club, so I got questions.
Oh dude, there was this fucking one guy. There was like this fucking, he seemed like he was a homeless guy. He seemed like mentally challenged. I don't know, dude. I felt bad for the guy, but he like ran in, dude. Like I guess he was doing this all along the block, but he ran into the club, and we have like a bar. I don't know if you've been inside, but there's like a bar.
No, not to knockouts.
You don't go.
I have no desire.
So there's a bar that we swing open to like let people in, check people's IDs, whatever. This dude like runs in, ducks under the bar. Like before I even know what's happening, like the door, I'm up in the DJ booth.
The bar on the customer side or the server side?
The like right, so there's the front door. Walk in, there's a bar, like a metal bar that just swings open.
Like a bar, a barrier of entry.
Yeah, like that. And I'm like up in the booth, and I just like he sprints in there and just like rolls under the bar, and immediately goes to like the booths where the girls are. And he's just like, I'm like, what the fuck? And so I run down there, and I'm like, he's just like checking everybody out. And dude, there's like this fucking like 75-year-old like Vietnam vet. His name was Ben. Nicest fucking old man I've ever met. He like freaks. He's like, what the fuck? So like, I grab this guy, and Ben's like fucking like holding him too. We're both like restraining this dude, and then I throw him out, dude. I fucking just like throw him out the front door. He drops like a bunch of shit, and then like the old guy like grabs all his shit, throws it into the street. Fucking homie just like
You
leaves.
beat the Sonic rings out of him or what?
Dude, literally, he dropped like a bag, and like I don't know what the fuck was. I didn't want to look in it. I was like, there's gonna be fucking needles or some shit in this.
Yeah.
He like leaves his bag, runs down, he sprints down the street, goes to fucking Bourbon and Boots, hops the fence, and then my bouncer friend down there, Trent, shout out Trent, fucking, dude, he like hops the fence. I see this dude fucking pick him up and throw him back over, and then he continues to run down the street to like whatever. I think he went to like Cake next and did the same shit. It was fucking hilarious.
So you met during your time as a bouncer. You met one guy whose kink was getting stepped on. You met another guy whose kink was getting thrown out of a car or thrown out of fucking buildings, and that's fair, man. Like,
I guess that's everybody's. I don't judge, dude. I don't kink shame.
Jesus Christ, what the? He couldn't afford a fucking ticket to Cliffs. He's like, you know what? These guys can just throw me over stuff. And look, I'm malnourished. I haven't had a full sandwich in like a year and a half. I've been eating stray rats and fucking dead hookers. So I'm like 95 pounds. They can just throw me right over. These guys, they're all on steroids. Fuck them.
It's gonna be a fucking great time. You ever had a dead hooker mid rear? Some A1 sauce, can't beat it. I tell you that.
The A1 sauce covers up the taste of the worms.
Oh.
So what led you to having to be a bouncer? Well, we've all got some weird jobs. Like, hey, I need money, I'm gonna do it. But like, what life path, what decisions in life led you to being a fucking bouncer at Knockouts of all
Dude,
places?
that was my first job after the pandemic really ended. Like for real, because I was like chilling on my unemployment, and then I got some money from a streaming service, provided me like some crypto, and then I turned that shit into actual money. So I was like chilling for a minute, and then it like ran out, so I had to go get a job. That was really just all that it was. Like, they promoted it on Facebook, like, come work at Knockouts as a DJ. I'll make like $300 a night. And I was like, fuck yeah. And so I go over there, and they're like, okay, you're the day DJ, and you don't get hourly, and you're also the bouncer, and you don't get hourly for that either. And dude, like, it was so fucking bad, dude. Like, so, and then I started working at Distillery too, and like that paid a little bit better. I was a bar back, but that job fucking sucks. And I was also doing security there.
So how are you doing security and DJ work?
Dude, like, well, it was cool because like,
Leave the track running to go throw somebody out, and you run back and for real?
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I wasn't even like, I was just using Spotify because the booth is so tiny. I didn't have room for my deck. So I was like, this is idiotic, dude. Like, I was literally just using Spotify to play music for these girls. Like, yeah, dude, it was a horrendous job. I love so many of the people that I worked with. Shout out Bentley. Shout out Kylie. Fucking shout out the homies Adam, Anthony. But fuck that job, dude. That shit sucked.
Jesus Christ.
I'm so glad to, yeah. And then I was a bartender after that at a brewery, and like that was fine for a while. That fucking paid my shit. And now I cook at Flying Star on Manal. That fucking pays my, and then I DJ a bunch on top of that. So like,
Yeah.
we're chilling now, but yeah, that fucking 6-month stint that I did there, dude, fucking
Jesus Christ. Yeah, because I've only been to a strip club here in Albuquerque once, and it was a horrible experience. I'm never doing it again.
Which one?
Went to Fantasy World. And so what happened is my 18th birthday, and my buddies had the bright idea. They're like, because obviously, I think I was the last one out of my friends. I think I'm the youngest out of my friends, so I was the last one to turn 18. And so there was like, fuck. Yeah, there's 4 of us, including me. And I turned 18. I'm like, okay, well. Now, this is back when stuff in Albuquerque stayed open past 12 a.m. And it was a Monday night, too. So, they're like, yeah, you get to fucking... I'm like, okay. So I get the little money that I had. I went to Walgreens, and I got myself a pack of cigarettes. And they didn't sell fucking scratchers, so I don't know why the fuck we went to Walgreens. And but I had a couple of 20s, and I asked the guy to change it into it was funny. It was an older guy, maybe like his mid 60s, early 60s, to change into 1s and 5s. And so he does my change. Okay, thanks. I leave. My buddy does it. Same thing. His change. Then he gets a look on his face. And then my third buddy walks up. He goes, hey, let me see your ID again real quick. Looks at the date. He goes, okay. Gives it back. Gives my other two buddies their change. He goes, all right, have fun at the strip club, guys.
He fucking knew.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. So, and I've never really been like that guy that's super interested in strip clubs. Never really just like, especially back then. And so I was like, man, like, I'd rather just order pizza and play Xbox. But whatever. This is my 18th birthday. Like, they want to have fun on my 18th birthday, so fuck it.
It's about them.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I remember pulling up. And I stopped the car. I didn't turn it off yet, but I stopped it. I was like, all right, guys. I looked at him and I was like, are you sure? And they looked at me like, what? And my buddy, well, he's not my friend anymore. This guy, and I'll tell you about him. This guy actually, flash forward a few years, he got arrested in Las Vegas for being a homegrown terrorist. So, yeah, that was, oh, yeah.
Holy fuck. What the fuck?
So, yeah, so... because he's in the passenger seat. My buddy Joe and my buddy Dom, they're in the back. And I'm like, all right, guys, are you sure? And my buddy next to me goes, yeah, man, it's going to be a great time. And they're like, yeah, come on, what's going on? I'm like, okay, guys, let's think about this logically. Are you sure we're going to get, like, prime choice meat in Albuquerque, New Mexico at an 18 and older strip club at Monday night? Are we sure? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, you guys are paying for my cover. You guys are paying for my dances. I'm not paying for dick. This is retarded. And they're like, okay. So we go, and like, God, from what I remember, it was like $7 for a fucking Red Bull or some shit.
Yeah. Yep.
God. So we go in there, and the guy who ended up being a terrorist, I'm not using that flagrantly either.
Guy that ended up being.
He walks in there. He had a very, like, flagrant... He did a lot of projecting, the poor guy. Didn't have a great family life. So he always had to, like, verbally bolster himself to be bigger than he actually is. You know what I mean? Like, the guy who always speaks very, like I'm loud by nature. Just I have a louder voice. But he always, like, has to be, like, the most loud guy. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so he walks in. It's fucking dead, right? There's, like, maybe 10 people in the whole club. And he walks in. And he goes... It's my boy's 18th birthday. I want the best girl in the club. And I'm like, oh no.
That fucking hurts.
Oh, I'm like, oh, please don't. No. Oh. So I go back. We all sit. And we're sitting at this four table, this like round table for 4 people. We're sitting, and I'm like, I look at him, we're there for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, so hey, where's the best girl, huh? Like, what's your gauge of women for this place? Like, just out of curiosity, you know what I mean? Like, what's your you know what I mean? What's the meter here, dude? And then so this woman walks up, and
a woman.
And the thing about that strip club, I guess, it's very dark.
Yes,
can't see a whole lot. And so, and she walks up and she goes, like, whose birthday is it? And they all point to me. I'm like, fuck. and she reaches out her hand. I'm like, okay. So I start walking back with her. And, like, the light's hitting her. I'm like, okay, she's skinny, kind of built well. Okay, whatever. And, like, light starts hitting her face. And I'm like, how old is this woman? Like, that's how I knew she was a woman. How old is she? Sits me down. Like, and it was my first fucking time in a so I like sat down. We were like in the back like booth, right? Like the circular like booth. So I sit down, but I like sit to the back of the fucking like the back of the booth. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, present thy cheeks, ma'am. You know? So I'm sitting back and she asked me to fucking scoot up. So I fucking scoot up. I'm such a fucking dork. So I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there like this. I'm like holding on to the side of the thing for dear to life, like the fucking roller coaster, you know. I'm like, like, what's gonna happen? And so she.
Put your hand. Is this right? Am I doing it right?
Well, because I'm thinking back to like all my years of playing Grand Theft Auto 4, and how it's like, don't touch the girls, you get kicked out, you get shot. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, hands where I can see them. You know. Don't freak out, you know, don't make any sudden movements or a big black guy's gonna come grab me and throw me out and beat me up, right? So that's what's going through my mind. And then so she starts dancing, she takes her top off. And I forget what she initially says, but then she goes, she grabs my hands, puts them on her tits, and then I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable right now, right? And then she goes, do you think they're real? Do you think they're fake? And in the back of my head, I'm like, these are so fake. I'm a virgin and I know they're fake. You know what I mean? And like, I put my hands down to inspect the product, you know? And dude, I am not making this up when I say it was like a cross-eyed dude from West Virginia. Her eyes. Fuck. Like one's looking this way, one's looking that way.
Oh, God.
A botched job, right? A horrible job. And I'm like, they're real, right? These have got to be. Like, no, they're fake, but I just got a really good job done. And I'm like, oh.
I feel like my dumbass would have just been like, these are like really horrible. Like, I'm sorry. Do you want to talk about this? I have a great therapist.
So then, the last thing I really remember about that specific instance was she turned around and kept dancing. And dude, like, there's things in life that you can't unsee. There's also things you can't unsmell. And dog, it was so bad. It was like a fucking waft of like Saddam's mustard gas, bro. And I was like, fuck. The song finally ends. The longest 3 minutes of my fucking life. And she goes, and then obviously, and like and this is when I first like, obviously my first experience, but like this is when it really like, because I hear like stereotypes about strippers and how like, they lie to you and how like, you know, they're playing the part, obviously. But like the switch flipped from customer service to pay me now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's like, okay, who's paying me? And I was like, blonde dude right there across the room. He's paying me.
Go to him. Walk away.
Yeah. Because I see like, because while she was doing it, I would like see across the fucking room. I got two of my buddies with two strippers like dancing on them and shit. And I'm like, okay, thank God they're right there. Okay. So she gets done. I'm like, yeah, that dude, his name's Andrew. He's paying you. Him. So I walk out. I go to the bouncer. I'm like, hey, is it okay if I just go to my car and grab my cigarettes, please? And he goes, yeah. So I go back to the smoking area and I start fucking smoking. I'm like, I go to like 5 of these motherfuckers. I'm like, please get me out of here. So it ends and I finish my cigarettes. I go sit back down. My buddy Joey, he's sitting right back down next to me. Buddy Andrew comes back. He's like, hey, so what do you think, huh? And I'm like, I looked at him because it's like, I know he had the right,
His intentions
the
were pure.
intentions were good, but I wanted to punch him in the mouth, right? How uncomfortable I was.
Dude, no, that's...
And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But we were sitting there for like 8 minutes. And then we looked at each other like, hey, we walked in with 4 people. Where's Dom? And like right on cue, he comes sprinting out of the back room and plops back down and he goes, all right, guys, who's got $250? And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, I didn't know that it was per song. And I'm like, what?
Oh, God.
So then this little younger girl, had to be like in her early 20s, walks out the back and she's like I could tell that she was trying to like play it. She wasn't that angry, but she was like, you know, she was like on a power walk, you know?
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting there and she comes to our table and just stares at us. And we all look at Dom. And so God bless, between the 3 of them, they had to scrounge together their $250.
This is our stage money.
And it gave her the fucking money and we drove off and we got back to the house with the 1 bottle of whiskey we had stolen from Dom's mom or whatever. And I was like,
It's like Southern Comfort or some shit.
yeah, it was terrible. And I was like, guys, please never again. Like, please never again.
I think that's the best experience to have at a strip club because then it's like you don't want to fucking do that ever again. It's such a fucking stupid waste of money, dude. Like,
yeah, you're paying to have a boner in public.
that was so eloquently put, dude. That was beautiful.
You know what I mean?
That's a tweet. You have to tweet that out.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's funny. It's like, and so now like whenever really I laugh to myself whenever I drive by like TDs because they always like advertise who's coming, like TDs off of the freeway.
Yeah.
Right. And the most recent one is I've seen it like 5 times in the last year. It's Bridget the Midget.
Bridget the Midget. I
Dude.
kind of want to see her just for the meme value because I feel like that'd be fucking hilarious. She's like famous. You know, she's a fucking big name. I don't know. I've been invited to go see her multiple times throughout the years, and I'm like, no. Dude, you know what the best part about TDs is? I've never been inside, but like, I always see the advertisements like $18 fucking steak and lobster.
That is what worries me because I was having that conversation with a couple of homies last weekend, and I was like, I don't want to go eat fish at a place where the women smell the same as the fish does. I just don't think that's good tableside manner. You know what I mean? I don't think that's the right aroma you like for your steakhouse.
Why would you serve food at a strip club, dude? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Fucking, it's so funny. You said the first time we went. So my first experience at the club was at Fantasy World too. Except I was like peaking on acid, and my friends were like, "It was the first time I did acid," and I was like, I thought so. I had this roommate at the time, and he was like out on a date, so he was gonna be gone all night. And I was like, I have some sit on a Sour Patch Kid. So I was like, I'm gonna microdose. It's gonna be sick. So I like nibbled a little bit, and like, I was like, I'm not feeling shit. And then I like eat more, and eventually I just eat the whole thing.
Oh,
and I had a handle of Tito's, so I was like drinking that the whole night too. And then like 2 hours later, I like opened my eyes, and I'm just like, fucking tripping sack. And I like called all my friends. I was like, somebody needs to come over. And then like one of them was like, yeah, comes over, brings another homie. He's like, we're going to the club. And I'm like, it was honestly like pretty fucking sick until it wasn't. And I ran out of money. But you know, up until then, fucking dope.
What is for you? What is that sensation like on acid? What is acid to the uninitiated and myself? What does that feel like?
Just like in general?
Yeah, in general.
Man, it's very introspective. You know, I feel like, because I definitely enjoy shrooms a lot more than acid. Dude, acid, like, I don't know, your time is just, like, I feel like time is the biggest thing, dude. Like, you'll be like, oh yeah, dude, it's been like an hour since, you know, like this. It's been like 2 minutes. Like, the time warping is insane. It's really making go crazy. I don't know, dude, it's just, like, the first time I did that same night, I remember I was like walking back up to my apartment and I had my keys in my hand and it felt like water. Like my keys, I was like, I kept grabbing them and I was like, it was and I looked at them, I was like, what the fuck? Like it felt like solid water, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't know, dude, it was bizarre.
That's scary.
It was, I thought it was sick, dude. That night, the way that night ended is like, one of my homies crashed on my bed. I was like, all right, whatever, fuck you. And the other one like passed out on the floor next to me and then I had like a blanket on the floor, so I slept on that. And it was like 8 a.m, you know, like we hadn't slept. And I looked at, have you ever seen that movie, The Spiderwick Chronicles?
No.
It was this like Nickelodeon movie from back in the day.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, fucking, it's like creatures and fairies and shit, like whatever. And I'm like laying down, looking at my blanket, and I see like this little tuft of fabric. And I fucking like, when you're on acid, you can like zoom in like yep. You can like zoom in like infinitely. Like you just look at shit and like keep going. And I fucking like look at this little tiny piece of fabric and it has a fucking face, dude. It's like it looked like a creature from that movie and it's like alive and it's like looking at my finger. I had like my finger next to it. It's just bizarre. It's a bizarre fucking
That is
time.
horrific.
I thought it was cool. Dude, like I closed my eyes. I was like, all right, well that's pretty cool. I'm going to try to get some sleep now though. I closed my eyes and dude, like, it was like the coolest like animated cartoon music video just playing. Like it was just like procedurally generated. It was just like kept going and like all these sick patterns and like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It was a fun time.
That's sick. Well, because you've heard of like in the 60s where the government first started like experimenting with acid and dosing people, like MK Ultra, Operation Midnight Climax. Have you heard of that one?
No.
Oh, that's my favorite. So MK Ultra is famous just because that's where like Manson came out of, and then that's where the Unabomber came out. Yo, you don't know that shit? Yeah.
Wait, like Manson, like murder Manson?
Yeah, Charles Manson. Yeah, so Charles Manson was a CIA plant. And basically what had happened is he had gone to prison for something, and they got him out of prison. And just like Whitey Bulger, he was a CIA plant too.
Who?
Whitey Bulger, the gangster for not Capone. Who was he with? I forget, but he was a anyway. So Manson, they had gotten him out of prison, and they had experimented LSD on him to see the effects on it. And then they were like, "Oh, we could like figure out how to use LSD for mind control. Like we can do this." Okay, so they got him out of prison, gave him acid, and while he was on acid, they had these CIA like psyop guys teach him how to manipulate people. And he went on to create obviously the Manson family and do murders. And every time he would get locked up, the CIA would get him out, rinse and repeat until it got too big and they left him in prison. Oh yeah, all of that's because of the CIA. Oh yeah.
Dude, I did not know that.
And so then, like, watch, I'll look it up. So, let's see, MK Ultra. So MK Ultra was, I'm looking for a year. Yeah, so it went from 53 to 73.
Damn, that fucking long?
Yeah, and then they went into Operation Midnight Climax, and that is when they started finding out. Yeah, it's a sub project of MK Ultra. Mind control research program began in the 50s, and so basically what this was is the CIA set up brothels, and they would get these prostitutes to go and get their johns, bring them into the brothel, and the brothel would have a one-way mirror. And so you had a bunch of CIA dudes behind the mirror literally watching and taking notes of what would happen. So the girl would take the john into the room, and it looked like a brothel. There's a bed, a couch, like low lighting, all that kind of stuff. But before they would start, she'd just be very friendly. Hey, do you want a glass of water? And the ones that would say yes would drink the water. It's laced with acid. Watch them trip on acid. Whenever she found an opening, the girl would leave. And so now you have this dude who's been unknowingly dosed on acid in this room being watched by CIA guys. Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's fucking dark.
Mm-hmm.
This is after MK Ultra. This is Midnight Climax.
During MK Ultra.
Oh, during
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so as a branch from that, the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski,
yeah.
right? Theodore Teddy Kaczynski. He used to be this super smart guy, went to Harvard, the whole nine. He ended up like, watch me find it. Fucking Unabomber. Let's see. Acid, CIA. That should pull up stuff, put me on a watch list.
Dude, I'm on the FBI watch list. When are they going to mail me my free watch? So sick. I wonder if it's going to be a Rolex, dude.
So yeah, he was a test subject through MK Ultra in the 50s, and it ran him fucking crazy. And that's
just like fed his ass acid or what?
Yeah, and that's what made him go insane, made him hate the government, and that's why when you look at his bombing locations, it was always government facilities, like Navy post offices.
And he's the one that he lived out like fucking bumfuck nowhere in a cabin in the fucking, like not even a cabin, it was like a shack, right?
So I think because that was also at the same time ish as the Ruby Ridge incident with the ATF. Where so they got this that really goes more into gun control, and basically what the ATF and the FBI had on this guy is that they had reason to believe his super trumped up bullshit charges, right? They had reason to believe that he had like a sawed off shotgun, just something so minute but yet illegal that they were like, okay, we need to go in and get this guy. And because they also threw charges on him of like conspiracy plots to like something about disrupting the government or some shit. A bunch of nonsense.
Wait, is it illegal to have a sawed-off shotgun?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's hella illegal. Sawed-offs are definitely illegal.
Why?
Sawed-offs are illegal. Brass knuckles are illegal.
Knew that one.
Switchblades are illegal. Yeah.
Who gives a fuck if you saw it off?
And so I don't know.
I don't know shit about guns.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the law, but it becomes illegal if you saw it off. Yeah. So then, what ends up happening is they're staking out his cabin for weeks. Finally, he becomes aware of it because he sees these fucking FBI guys just hanging out outside his fucking cabin for like 50 yards away, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, because they would really like they would hire snipers that would like low crawl up to his fucking cabin plant for hours on end watching him. Long story short, they end up killing his wife, his kid, and the dog, and they wound him and arrest him. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's fucking sad as shit. Dude. That's some art. That's like some fucking villain backstory shit.
Oh
dude.
yeah, dude. And then I want to say they end up arresting the guy. Let me see. No, I don't watch a YouTube video with the UN bomber. Ruby Ridge. Yeah, it was an 11-day siege. And then for Randy Weaver. Yeah. Okay, so they got him because it was a bench warrant that he failed to appear for federal firearm charges because he had a sawed-off.
Okay.
And, yeah, the FBI ends up getting involved. And then, let's see. So he ends up getting arrested and being brought to trial. But I'm trying to find out where it says who ends up dying. Okay. This is why I love having a producer, because they do all the research for me.
Do they fact check on the spot?
Fuck yeah, dude. 'Cause I talk out of my ass 100% of the time. And so let's see.
You know that Yoko Ono actually fucking killed John Lennon? That was her.
My favorite one is Courtney Love actually killed Cobain.
Wait, that one's true, right?
Honestly, well, because the conspiracy behind that is like, because his shotgun was so long, it's like, how was he able to actually get the leverage to do it? Yeah. Yeah, so they killed his wife and his kid and wounded him. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. Super fucked up, dude. Oh, but my buddy who became a terrorist. So this was during the fucking COVID George Floyd riot nonsense. And what ended up happening was, because he was a constant fuck up. And we all tried to help him. Like, he ended up going to NIMI with us. And I remember, like, he started out going to NIMI when I was a sophomore in high school. And he was just a constant fuck up. Like, he would get in trouble for like for things that high school kids do anyway, but because you're at NIMI, you can't fucking smoke pot, get caught having sex, you get fucked up, stuff like that, right? But it's all things teenagers do, but again, at NIMI, it's pretty severe shit, right? So he goes to NIMI like sophomore year of high school, kicked out halfway through junior year, comes back senior year. And then it just came down to because he was in the same troop that I was in, and so it came down to like I was in charge of him, and I was like, dude, we need to wear this uniform at this time to go to this thing, and he couldn't get that together. Couldn't get his fucking room cleaned together all the time. He at one point stopped going to class, and shit like that. And they have this ranking system for demerits and shit, where it's like a point system, and you get too many demerits, you get kicked out, and that's what's up happening. He ends up joining the fucking Army Reserve or some shit, lives in New Mexico for a bit with us, ends up marrying this random chick that he met. She was a nurse at UNM. She fucked him up pretty bad. Physically fucked him up pretty bad. Oh, yeah, beat the shit out of him. Oh, yeah.
Stepped on him in high heels. Oh, I think I know him.
And he ends up going back to Vegas, and then because his family's from Vegas, and the COVID kicks off, everyone gets locked down, and we lose contact with him because it got to a point out in Vegas where another friend of ours lived out there. Those two and another person had an apartment together. This guy ends up bailing, leaving our buddy $4,200 worth of debt and all this kind of shit. He owed a bunch of money to my buddy Dom, his fucking grandmother and his father owed them a bunch of money and a whole bunch of nonsense, right? He just fucked things up everywhere he went. So, we lose contact with him. finally, we see a headline where he gets arrested with like 2 other guys that were like veterans of the Navy, I think. And basically what they were getting, and they still haven't, like, I'll look at it every couple of months, see if there's any updates. They haven't done shit with this since like June, I think. And basically what had happened was when the riots were going down, they had been like, the FBI had been watching these guys because they're part of like the Boogaloo thing, like assigning something like the Boogaloo movement, like the 3%ers, like the take down the government, fuck the government,
Okay.
we're gonna blow up buildings, shit like that. Like guys who thought they could fucking build up a militia and like take over the government.
Okay.
So they get caught in a plan to fucking make Molotov cocktails and pipe bombs and all this type of shit and go bomb a BLM riot or protest, right? They get caught like at the fucking place about to do it, but I guess they couldn't get it done. Thank God, because one of the guys didn't know how to properly make a pipe bomb, so it never actually fucking ignited. So they catch him,
Fuck yeah.
raid their fucking collective places, find all the bomb making products, and now they're sitting in fucking custody waiting to get a trial on it.
Wait, there's still no.
Yeah,
trial?
they're in custody right now. Yeah, I'll show you these guys. They're a bunch of fucking jackasses.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. Like, yeah, fuck that. That's like, to a terrorist, that's got to be such like a fucking L. Like, damn, dude, what'd you do?
Yeah.
I fucked up the pipe.
So, 2 years after arrest, Nevada Boogaloo suspects have yet to face jury, and that's the 3 of them. And my buddy's the one on the far left, or my old friend's the one on the far left.
Yeah, he looks like a fuck.
Yeah.
Damn, they all look like fucks, dude. The dude on the fucking right looks like a failed stand-up comic. And the dude in the middle looks like you got looks like a fucking like a Wendy's manager. But he like pimps out his employees in the back. Fuck those dudes.
Yeah, fuck them. They're awful. Like, he's an awful person. And, yeah, so now they're waiting trial and shit. But I think that's just fucking hilarious. Like, fuck those people. Like, I don't...
Fucked up the pipe bomb.
Like, listen, man. I don't agree with fucking... with those BLM riots. I'm all for protesting. But when they turn into riots, yeah, I don't agree with that shit either. But listen, man. Don't fucking make a pipe bomb to go kill people.
Like that. They're civil. They're innocent people. You know, like that's not fucking.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Well, I'm glad they're fucking dumb and they fucked it up.
Yeah, same. I'm glad they didn't know how to make a fucking. Not that I do. I do not know how to do it.
Me neither.
Yeah, but
Who does?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. I'm glad they tried and fucked up, just so they could be an example.
Yeah.
Because like it was because you know how on Snapchat it'll give you like random news and stuff.
Yeah. Like, are you talking like,
Yeah.
like the news are like all that random shit?
Yeah,
at
like
the end?
like the tiles.
Yeah.
Right. He popped up on a tile. I was like, I
that how
know
you
that
saw
guy.
him?
Well, no, because we had talked about it at first, but I never really saw anything. I was like, oh sure, why not? But like then I saw it on the thing. I was like, oh shit, I know that guy.
Dude, you made it to Snapchat News.
No, I'm not gonna pay 50 cents to keep talking to you. You fucking dumbass. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But before we get out of here, I see that you have a fucking Mandalorian tattoo.
Fuck yeah.
What do you think about Star Wars right now, dude? Because it kind of sucks.
I think parts of it suck. I think parts of it are cool. I think. All right. So I just finished Mando season 3.
I haven't seen the finale yet.
You haven't seen the finale?
No.
Pretty strong ending. I'd say. I'm not gonna say anything, but dude, like, I remember when that show came out, like first season, fucking dope as shit.
Banger.
Dude, second season, you get Boba. Are you fucking serious? Dope.
Yeah.
Third season, they kind of just like there was really no set mission. You know, it was kind of like random shit, and you got it like with a show like that. There's only 8 episodes. Like, I feel like the last few episodes, like there's like a story like
Of
we're gonna
like
retake
varying
Mandalore.
lengths of the episodes too. Like one episode is 20 minutes. Another one's like 40.
What is that? What the fuck? Yeah, Disney. Yo, step your fucking shit up, dog. What is this fucking?
Yeah, and what killed me about that is Pedro Pascal is a great actor. I've been a fan of his for a while.
Oh, dude, he's badass.
And for a moment there was an overlap between The Last of Us and Mandalorian. So on Sundays, Did you watch The Last of Us?
I have not finished
On
it yet.
HBO?
I fucking love it. I have not. I don't know why. I got to the episode where it's Ellie's flashback things, and
She's in the mall.
I think I was like in the middle of moving, and I just like I stopped watching anything because I was like moving. I was like, fuck. But yeah, I want to finish that shit.
Yeah, so like on Sunday nights, you would get these absolute banger of an episode back to back to back, and then on Wednesday nights, you get Lizzo, I guess.
I thought that was cute, dude. Her and Jack Black. I thought that was. I was like, holy, is that really? Is this real? Like, it's all right. It's cute and it's nice. It's a little goofy, but it's like they're trying. Like, all right, what? It's like they're trying too hard to make it like. What's the word? Like appealing to everybody.
Yes, appeal to everyone.
It's too accessible.
Yeah, appeal to everyone. You please nobody.
Exactly. You know, like Jack Black. I fucking love Jack Black.
But why are we doing this right now?
Yeah,
like if it was I don't know, like a 15 episode long season, you can have your side missions, you can have your fillers, whatever it is. But if you 8 episodes.
And that varying length shit,
and what they accomplished, you could have done in 3.
Yeah, like if you're talking about like the end shit, like where it's starting to get real, like that could have been like.
Because the real story, to my understanding, is that they're trying to restore Mandalore.
Yeah.
You can do that,
and like Moff Gideon has escaped or whatever.
Right, fuck. You can, at the rate that they did it and how important they treated that, you can do that in 3 episodes of an hour long each. You can do that just fine.
Because that's the length of a fucking Star Wars. Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, that's really a movie, and it's just fine. But I don't know. It's just it seemed directionless. The quality really wasn't there. It's like they got new writers. I don't know what happened. And then they're also, I don't know why they decided to do it with the Mandalorian, but they took on the task of trying, because you've seen like the sequel trilogy, right? The 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker.
They did not register in my head because I didn't like them.
Yeah, they're garbage. They're
cool.
fucking trash. No,
those movies fucking suck.
Yeah, they suck. And like, but they're keeping them canon, and they're choosing to do that. So now, for whatever reason, they used Mandalorian season 3 to like half legitimize those movies.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. Well, so if you remember in the 9th one, that whole plot with fucking Palpatine coming back and Snoke really wasn't a leader. He was a clone of a bunch of other Snokes, and yeah. So
I half remember.
Yeah. So the whole plot of that movie was Snoke really isn't the big bad. He is a experimental clone that's a product of generations of cloning that Palpatine's been doing to bring back the Empire. And so in Mandalorian season 3, when they capture that scientist and they're talking about the cloning that Moff Gideon's doing, and then you see that Moff Gideon has what is obviously like the alpha versions, like the very first version of the Praetorian Guards, the red dudes. Mm-hmm. Those are the same guards that Snoke had.
Okay.
So they're like laying the groundwork of like,
what is it called? It's not the Empire.
The First Order.
The First Order.
Because also in the last episode that came out like last week, when they're doing like what do they call them? It's so stupid. The Shadow Council or whatever. They're all talking. One of those dudes is Commandant Hux.
Hux's dad, right?
And that's his dad.
And the actor is Hux's brother.
Oh no shit. That's funny.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That looks like him. And then
yeah. So they're trying to like. Because everything in that trilogy was so random and out of left field with no real backstory of why it's happening. Things are just happening. So they're trying to lay the backstory to legitimize it all.
Because it all just comes out of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm. But like in my opinion, just doing that doesn't make the end product better. It's just more reasons why it's shitty.
But like, and why do you have to do that with Mando, dude? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was a good ending, you know. But yeah, just like what we're talking about, varying time lengths, the amount of episodes, and the amount of side bullshit that does not matter. Like, it's cool. We don't need it. Fucking, we're excited. But, you know.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about Boba Fett's show?
Hated it,
dude. Like.
Well, in all fairness, I watched the first episode, bored out of my mind. didn't watch the rest of it. And then I heard that Luke came back and like Ahsoka came back and Mandalorian showed up for like 3 episodes, or Din Djarin showed up for 3 episodes. And I was like, okay, I'll watch those. So I watched like before, like when Mandalorian season 3 started, and I saw that Mando and Grogu were back together. I was like, okay, there's a backstory that I don't know about. So I watched those 3 episodes first, and they were sick.
Dude, yeah.
Like, those were, like, when Boba Fett stopped being a Boba Fett show and it turned into a Star Wars show, and it was like Luke Skywalker's training Grogu.
What the
and
fuck
that
was that?
so good.
No, like, okay, all right. That's why I got this. It's for Boba Fett. I fucking love him, dude. They did that shit so dirty, dude.
Yeah.
Like, the Luke episode was sick. All that shit. It kind of was like, why are you doing this on Boba Fett? Like, put this in its own... Like, I get it all connect. I don't know, dude. It was a mess.
It should have been a part of Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah.
It should have been.
Because dude, the fucking Power Rangers. Do you remember that shit? Mm-hmm. The fucking, like, well, no, not like actual power, but the fucking, and Boba Fett, the multicolored fucking, like, biker dudes, the kids. Mm-mm. Dude, all right, so, like,
It might have been an episode I didn't watch.
it was closer to the end, but, like, Boba Fett, like, essentially, like, enlists these, like, teenagers that are, like, I forget the word, but they're like cyborg-esque. Like they have like,
oh, so I saw them. I saw them in those final episodes, but I didn't know who they were.
they're fucking random. They're fucking dumb as fuck. Like they're kids and they're like modded out with like parts and shit. Thundercat was in the Book of Boba Fett. He was a fucking guest. Dude, it was fucking sick. But yeah, dude, like they had these like each one's like there's a pink one and a blue one. Like they're fucking Power Rangers and they have like these little speeder bike. Dude, it was so
unnecessary.
Dumb. Yes, dude. And like Cad
Bane, yeah.
Cad Bane, dude, that was
sick.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Can't believe he died, but
Did him very well.
yeah,
Did
that
him
was
very
It was
well.
the same voice actor from Clone Wars. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that was sick.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of Clone Wars. I've seen like a couple episodes of Rebels. I just don't know a whole lot about like the expanded stuff. But
I haven't seen Rebels yet.
yeah, I know that because one of my roommates, Springer, he's super into Star Wars, like the extended universe, expanded stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess what they're doing is they're building out all the Rebels stuff because that's where Ahsoka came from, and so that's neat. But it's like everything that he would describe to me sounds so much more interesting than what they're delivering. You know what I mean? Like that animated show sounds so much better than
That
this.
show fucks so hard. Dude, I grew up with that. Dude, you need to watch that whole thing, dude. It's fucking, dude. Oh my god, the last season
of
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, yeah.
Yeah. Rebels, like I said, I haven't started, but Clone Wars, dude, that shit's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what everyone's told me.
Dude, you get like backstory on like random motherfucker, dude. Then there's that new one. Have you seen that one? It's animated as well, but it's like Count Dooku's shit, like his backstory. Dude, I haven't finished it yet, but it's fucking legit. Like,
The only new anime stuff I've seen is like the Bad Batch.
that one's fucking solid.
Yeah, I watched about half of that season. It was pretty cool.
We have the new one or what?
Yeah, of like season 1, like
okay.
the first half of season 1. I was watching like up to episode I think 11 or 12. That was kind of cool, but I just got busy and couldn't
Little
finish
female Django clone. It's so fucking sick.
it. But I don't know. Now they want to do movies with Rey again and a whole bunch of stuff, and they're doing a Mandalorian movie and
What?
yeah, I guess they're like all of this, the live action stuff that Dave Filoni's doing. He's gonna build it all into a movie.
That might be sick.
That'd be cool, but
What did you think of Kenobi?
I didn't like that either. I thought it was boring.
Fuck Leia in that shit. She was so irritating.
It was so boring. Like, I don't want, like, if you're going to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi show, pay the fucking money and have it be the bridge between episode 2 and episode 3 of Anakin and Obi-Wan training and fighting together
That would have been fucking
and
sick.
all of that. Make it that. Because when it got announced that they're doing the show and Hayden Christensen was coming back, that's what I thought it was going to be.
Dude, I thought it was gonna be like, yeah, like fucking Kenobi. What was the Mandalorian chick? Satine, Duchess Satine. I thought it was gonna be like she was gonna be in it, like because that was
The
like,
love interest, right?
That was his girl, yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, the one that Maul fucking killed. I thought it was gonna be like that, dude. And then it's like, okay, all right.
He was like, Hayden Christensen was in it for a flashback, and then he was kind of there for that Darth Vader
When they
ending.
bust his fucking helmet
Yeah.
open.
And so that was a cool Star Wars moment at the very end where they're fighting and they have that moment where it's like, you didn't kill me, I did, or whatever. Like, that's so
That
cool.
was sick.
But it would have landed so much better if the show was better. I didn't want a rescue mission for Leia.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, then if that's the groundwork you're laying, and they spent so much time together, if we're all talking canonically, why then in Star Wars 4 is Ben Kenobi not giving a fuck about Leia and only cares about Luke? Doesn't even acknowledge Leia is around.
He's like, I already saved this idiot once.
Yeah.
Dude. But like, yeah, dude, like, why pick such like a useless? Like, why couldn't it have been something that amounted to more?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
that random rescue. Like, I did like what's that dude's name? He's a Indian dude. Or no, he's I don't think he's Indian. I forget what nationality he is, but he has like the really funny voice. He plays Prismo in Adventure Time. I forget his name, but he was in it. He was like a fake Jedi. Remember? He was like scamming people with the Force.
Oh,
He had magnets and shit.
fucking
What is that guy's name?
Kumar from Harold and Kumar.
Dude, is that him?
Yeah.
No, wait, not wait.
Yeah, it's the dude from Harold and Kumar. He's in the Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Fucking love that.
he was
guy.
cool. Yeah,
Dude, I liked him.
yeah, he was cool.
Fucking. And then I hear we're getting an Ahsoka show. Mm-hmm. That was gonna be sick. That better be fucking sick.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. But I don't know. With that going the way it's going, the way Marvel's going, DC has been in shambles and it's gonna stay there probably. Because I grew up like loving Marvel and DC. That was my shit. Reading comics, all that stuff, and now I'm like, I'm gonna stick to my comic books. I'm gonna stick to the things that I know. These new interpretations are fucking terrible. I'm still mad about how dirty they did Henry Cavill. You know, I'm just how they like brought Henry back.
Oh, okay.
And then got rid of him as Superman again, and like because Henry came back for Black Adam.
Oh shit! I haven't caught up with DC. In a
Oh
long time.
yeah. You're not missing anything.
Okay. All right.
You're
Yeah,
not-
that's why I figured.
Yeah, you're not missing shit. Like they bring him back for Black Adam just for them to wipe everything away, and they're rebooting Superman and they're rebooting everything, but they're keeping
It's a mess, dude.
They're keeping Suicide Squad and Peacemaker and James Gunn's wife because why not? But yeah,
What did you think of the Robert Pattinson fucking
I dug it.
dude? That shit
I dug it a lot.
Sick. He was good.
I hated his bat suit. I don't like, and that's my preference, just because I don't like Batman when he's, with the exception of, like when they did Batman versus Superman, and he had the armored suit to fight Superman. Yeah, that shit. I love that because that's right out of the comic. Like that's from The Dark Knight Returns. But I like Batman when he's not very armored up. Just a very basic suit.
Batman Beyond, dude.
Yeah, that's the exception though, because it's in the fuure.
Yeah.
like that's sick, and it's not even really armor. It's just like a
Like a flying suit.
yeah, like not nanotech, but it's like it's a figure forming tech suit. But it's cool because it's in the future. Like,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Batman is a fucking ninja with horns. Like that's who he is. Horns and a cape. That's who he's a ninja.
Yeah.
And like, so why is he wearing armor? I don't like that personally.
Oh, you don't like all like the
No, how Pattinson had like all like the bulletproof shit. There's so much about that movie that I love because it's supposed to be Batman in his beginning. He's still learning. He's very much a detective.
Yeah.
I loved how socially awkward he was. How like that opening scene where they're doing the investigation and he's kind of just standing there, but he's looking and he's analyzing. And he tells the guy like the thing about the blood, how he's been there for a while and the cop didn't catch it. Like that's Batman. That's sick. But then that scene in Penguin's Club, I think in Penguin's, or maybe like in the underground, where Pattinson's walking down the hallway and they're lighting him up with machine guns. That's not Batman. Batman does not walk down a fucking hallway and get shot with bullets. And you're telling me, I'm sorry, you're telling me that 5 guys with submachine guns didn't hit him in the fucking mouth? Are you kidding me? Are you sure? And that's and then it's all right, but you know what I mean? Like that doesn't make any sense.
dude. No, okay. It looked cool. It looked fucking cool, but I was like, yeah, dude, he would fucking just be like,
Yeah, no.
sneaking or he doesn't. Yeah,
It looks cool, but it's not Batman.
he wouldn't risk fucking civilians' lives like that.
Yeah, he's not the Terminator. You know what I mean? And then also, Batman, his superpower is being a guy. He's just a dude. So you're telling me a dude, I don't care how much body armor and metal you have, he would be down.
Yeah.
Getting lit up like that?
No, dude, he's a billionaire. He has like the Faust armor on the line. That's made of fucking. I don't know.
And that's what I loved. That's what I loved about like Affleck's Batman or like the Arkham video games, that Batman, because I think it's in Arkham Knight. Did you ever play that game? Arkham Knight, it's fucking sick.
I haven't played any of those games.
They're the best version of Batman in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like the Arkham series, even though at that last game he did get an armored suit, wasn't a fan of that, but that version is probably the best Batman they've
Dude, I've
made.
always seen those like the gameplay from that. That shit looks dope. That's the one that what was that guy's name?
Kevin Conroy. Yeah.
I knew it was a con. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
And
it.
well, there's a part in that game where the main villain, he's talking to his goons, like his henchmen, and he tells them like, "Hey, don't shoot for the bat symbol. That's bulletproof. Everything else isn't. It's a trick." And that's what I love about that is the attention to detail. So like in Affleck, his movies, if you like the warehouse scene in BVS where he's like flying around and beating the fuck out of everybody, there's this part where someone comes up, and it's fucking silly because again he get head trauma like a motherfucker, but someone comes up behind Affleck and shoots him in the head in the cowl, but the bullet bounces off because traditionally with Batman, his cowl, his cape, his bat symbol, and gauntlets, and then his boots are all bulletproof and fire retardant. Everything else isn't, but that's why he makes the symbol so big, is so the enemies shoot him in the chest, and then he gets to maneuver around them. And that's the shit that I love. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not fucking know that, like, at all.
Yeah. And that's the type of Batman stuff that I like. It was very simplistic, and it's all about misdirection, and it's all psychological. Like, yeah, he can beat the fuck out of people, but he's already beaten you by the time you walk into the room.
Yeah.
Because he set things up, the way his suit is set up, like everything is meant for you to fail when you fight him, which I really enjoy. But then with Pattinson, to bring this all back, I didn't like all the armored suit. I get why they're doing it because he's early Batman, but even then, Batman Year One, the comic book, he didn't have any armor. It was just cloth, and he stuck to the shadows, and he was more of a detective. Yeah, it's a really good book. It's by Frank Miller. It came out in the 90s, Batman Year One.
I feel I've seen like the.
Yeah, and they also made an animated movie out of it that's really good too. Yeah, it's really, really good. But then there's scenes in that movie where him and Commissioner Gordon, they're like looking through the henchman's car, and Batman pulls out a little flashlight, like a little 1940s style skinny flashlight, clicks it on, starts searching. Like that's like something right out of like a Dennis O'Neil 1970s Batman. Like I love that shit. And then they got his sense of humor right for sure, because like he doesn't crack jokes, he doesn't have like funny quips, but he's got these little one-liners that are real backhanded, really dark, like looking for a thumb drive.
Yeah.
And they put the little flash drive and has a fucking dismembered thumb attached to it, and he just goes thumb drive. That's funny. Like that's Batman's humor. You know what I mean?
Super fucking grim and just like.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what they do with the sequel for sure, because Pattinson's a great actor. Pattinson is phenomenal. But yeah, I hope they give him a better suit. And I didn't like how he treated Alfred either. He kind of just treated Alfred like he was a bitch.
Yeah, dude, and like the amount of care that he displays, you know, after the explosion or whatever.
Yeah,
it's cool. But like, or and he's like driving over there to save him. But it's like, I thought that I was like, you didn't really like seem to give a shit
about Alfred
until you know he's about to get his fucking shit rocked.
Yeah, like him and Alfred, especially in the early days, like they get into arguments, but it's never hateful, and it felt kind of hateful from Pattinson.
And I think it just goes back to that, like he's still
learning.
Yeah.
To
like manage all this shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. And then that movie was really good up until the last 30 minutes. And that's when because Warner Brothers can't get out of their own way with their studio executives. I mean, you see that with Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, and Justice League. And then in The Batman, the movie ends. Like it effectively ends. Riddler's in prison. Everything's fine. But then it's like, oh no, there's 7 vans rigged with explosives along the levees, and there's these like Twitch streaming Redditors that have machine guns, and Batman needs to go stop. And it's like, where did all of this come? And the
it was so sudden, dude.
Yeah. So that's the studio coming in and telling Matt Reeves and his writers, like, hey, we need a big explosive ending to this Batman movie. And so they had to do rewrites and they had to reshoot, and that just came out of fucking nowhere when I didn't like it, because like narratively speaking, it didn't make sense. Like nowhere in the movie do they explain that Riddler's trying to flood the city. Nowhere do they explain that he's got this like, because it was obviously a jab at like QAnon and like MAGA Trumpers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like nowhere did they establish that he's got this following online.
Dude, I fucking saw that shit in the theater, and when that happened, I was like, what the like what now what? Like
Yeah.
I was like all fucking tired. I'm like, I want to go to bed, dude. Like what how long is this gonna take?
It's a long 3-hour movie.
But dude, like, yeah, that pissed me off. And I was like, you guys did not allude to the
any
fact
of it.
that he has fucking that many fans.
Yeah.
However many fucking people showed up at that thing.
Yeah. I didn't know, and I think it's just the design because like they got Penguin really good. They got Catwoman amazing. Batman I didn't like, and then Riddler looked fucking stupid. Like he wasn't the Riddler. He looked like a garbage bag man that wanted to be the Zodiac killer.
The Mask, I fucking did not like The Mask. Like I love Paul Dano.
Yeah, I think
Great
it's
great
or.
actor.
Yeah, great actor.
I think they could have cast a little bit better.
Yes.
He was good.
Like he was good in the movie, but he wasn't as menacing as he thought he was.
I like that part where he sings Ave Maria.
Yeah. What have you done? Yeah, I almost fucking left the theater. I was like, what are we watching?
I know.
Well, because no, there's a character for that. His name is Professor Pig. Like there is a Batman villain called Professor Pig. He's a butcher. He's a newer villain. It came out in like 2011, I think. And his whole thing is capturing, butchering, and cannibalizing people. That's his in meat processing. He's like Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And that's his whole thing. And he's obsessed with the opera. And so he'll like sing at Batman to taunt him. And it's super fucking creepy. Oh yeah. It's super. And they have him as a side villain in Arkham Knight. And he's super like it's funny.
Dude, I have not heard of him like
Oh yeah. It's like in the game when you fly around the city, there's a side mission where there's bodies that are strung up across the city. And you can only it won't pop up on your map. You have to fly around the city, and when you hear opera music, you know there's a body somewhere. You have to drop down and find it. Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I want to see this full.
Yeah, he wears a fucking pig mask and a fucking butcher apron. And
Oh, it's PYG.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dude, that's fucking spooky, dude. Fuck that.
Yeah, so there's a whole villain for that if you want a weird guy singing opera to Batman.
I know, dude. It's like, I don't know, they made him too over the top. Nuts.
Yeah. Did you see the what's it called? A deleted scene with the Joker and Batman?
Yeah. Wait, was that the... Oh, no.
With-
Where Batman and the Joker interact?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Yeah, watch me find it real quick.
Fuck. What the fuck?
Yeah, so it's yeah, we'll watch this and then we'll split, but it's fucking creepy. So the Batman Joker scene. We are not sponsored by the NFL because I don't have that kind of money. Motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
We'll watch. They have a really good like couple second exchange. So I'm not gonna play the whole fucking scene. Let's see. So the guy who's playing him is Barry Keoghan. He's like the smaller, awkward dude in the Internals.
I didn't
Oh, you didn't
finish it.
watch
I
it?
started it. I didn't
Okay.
finish it. Damn, that dude's thinning really bad.
Oh, I can't find it.
Maybe he's got a grudge against you too. Wasting my time.
It's a solid Joker laugh.
I'll tell you what I really think. I think you don't really care about his motives, whether he loves or hates you. I think somewhere deep down, you're just terrified that going wrong, huh? You think they deserved it, huh? You think they
God damn.
Yeah, that's some creepy shit.
Dude, he's fucking fucked up.
Yeah,
He looks like fucking, what's the one where he like cuts his face off?
Death of the Family.
Yeah, dude, he
Yes.
looks like that, but like,
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm interested to see if they pursue that because they released that, and Matt Reeves was like, "We're not going to do Joker in the next movie because he's overplayed." Like straight up, he was like, "They've used him too much. We're doing somebody else."
thanks, Jared Leto. Fucking dumbass.
I was so intrigued by his version of Joker. So funny thing, I can actually say this now. So I've got a buddy of mine who's like a bit of a studio insider at Warner Brothers, and he's seen the David Ayer like director's cut of Suicide Squad, like the one that's not going to get released because there's a theatrical cut of Suicide Squad that came out that's like super bright and like a way happier tone. Did you watch Suicide Squad? Yeah, like, it's like got the commercial.
The first one.
Yeah, it's got like all the like the commercial music in it, like Eminem's music's in it, and it's one with Will Smith.
Yeah, that's wait, what? Is there one without Will Smith?
No. So there's like the newer Suicide Squad that James Gunn did with like King Shark and Starro and all that. It came out like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But the one in 2016 that has like Ben Affleck in it, his Batman and the
Yeah.
Flash makes a cameo.
That's the one, and there's like the Skrillex song, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Yeah. So that movie got hacked up by the studio because the reception to BVS and how dark it wasn't like the critics didn't like it very much. And so that happened. And then Guardians of the Galaxy came out, which was very successful. First of all, it was happy and go lucky, but it's a different movie.
Yeah.
Right? So the studio at Warner Brothers was like, fuck it, we need to completely change how this movie plays. We need to completely change the tone. And they didn't even hire like professional. That movie is edited horribly. And they didn't even hire professional movie editors to edit the movie. They hired a trailer company, like a company that makes trailers to advertise. Yeah. They hired that kind of company to edit the movie. Yeah. So after Zack Snyder Justice League came out, well, a little before that movie came out, there's a lot of talk about the Ayer cut of,
Wait, like RV park trailer? No, I'm just kidding.
of Suicide Squad, like the original director's version of this movie. And my buddy's seen it. And apparently, like, it's the same story, it's the same stuff, but it's a completely different tone. There is no music in it, like no like commercial, like Without Me, that's not in there. No high production music. It's all like score. And then the way, like, there's a lot of Joker scenes in it that were cut out that make him a lot more dark, a lot more menacing. He's not this like bubbly, like high on meth.
I'm damaged.
Yeah, that whole shit, like that's not in it. He's a gangster. He's like a mob boss, and it's a lot darker of a movie. There's a side plot with Will Smith and Margot Robbie having a love story, which is why Joker wants to steal Harley away, not just to save her and just beat the shit out of her, but because, hey, I don't love her, but I don't want someone else to love her, so I'm gonna go take her. And then,
And she's already Harley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, Enchantress, she still like has her brother come in, but she's like softening the world so that Steppenwolf can show up in Justice League. Like she's a bashing for Steppenwolf, and so it leads directly into Justice League. And
Can your homie hook it up or what?
That's what I've been telling him. Like, when is this gonna get released? Because he went to
Fuck that, just throw us a fucking flash drive just for us. I want to see this shit.
Yeah, he went to a private screening of it about 3 months ago. Yeah.
We have to hit up your Boogly Boy. We have to plot a break into Warner Bros.
But yeah, it's and it plays, but the reason I bring it up is it plays Jared Leto's Joker way different. Like way
Like good.
Yeah, like the stupid tattoos are still there and all that, but like the everything else is very different.
I can live with the stupid tattoos if the rest of it is fucking solid. Dude, because
Yeah.
I like Jared Leto, dude. Like, I think, he's kind of fucking weird in real
Dallas
life.
Buyers Club. Great movie.
I still have not seen
Oh,
it.
dude.
I know.
So good.
But like, I like him. I think he's like he's got the look for it, dude. Like, I thought he looked good. It was just like so goofy and
Yeah.
like so extra.
Yeah, okay, so for instance, that scene in the strip club where Harley's dancing and Common's there and
That shit was sick.
Joker was there and he goes, "Oh, you don't want no beef?" Like that whole shit's gone. It's a completely different scene.
Oh shit!
It's written different, it's acted different. Common still dies, but it's a way different scene.
What is Common's character? Because that's like a character. Is a comic book character. I forget.
Yeah,
who.
he's like a D-list villain, like Tattoo Man or some shit. No, sir, I'm not even playing. Like it's like Tattoo Man.
Tattoo Man.
Yeah, where like his tattoos come alive and he uses them as weapons.
He didn't apply himself in school. Now he's Tattoo Man. Find him on Central and Fifth.
Weed, not even once. Those fucking commercials, bro. You'll either deflate into a couch or become Tattoo Man. Yeah, it's fucking silly. Before we get out of here, what do you have coming up next? What are like some shows, some releases, anything you're doing coming up?
Dude, honestly, like I do not know my bookings for like the only things I have are like fucking like UNM like private
Sick.
corporate gig things. Tell your promoters, dude. Like, hit me up.
Where can people find you?
Instagram is at Pocket Elephant Music. Spotify, Pocket Elephant, 2 words, lowercase. SoundCloud, Pocket Elephant everything. My OnlyFans. We're about to collab on that next. That's what we're gonna. Fucking. Yeah, just Pocket Elephant. I don't fucking. I'm honestly like, dude. I had a show every weekend this month. And like even some during the week, like on top of, like I'm so excited. Like May, I'm gonna fucking chill. I want to just like work on my own music. I have a release with High Vibe Records coming soon.
Sweet.
They're based out of California. Shout out High Vibe. I don't know when exactly, but that's happening. I have some dope music coming with Willa J. Remixed a couple of her songs. Did some original stuff. Bunch of collaborations. I don't know, dude. Too much to
Fuck yeah.
contain.
Well, good.
Thank you for having me,
Dude, this has been a fucking pleasure.
Dude, this is fucking
This has
sick.
been a lot of fun, and you're welcome back anytime, man. Thank you guys for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Later.